Hey, what's going on, guys? Zach here with Triple Take Podcast. Today we have a handful of trailers. We are talking Superman. Stick around and check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Triple Take Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob. With me, as always, is Lance and Zach. Boys, get your swim trunks. Hot tub podcast coming your way very soon. We had the
145 viewers on the TikTok stream.
The goal was 100, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
It was a successful week.
Let's be honest.
We deserve a hot tub.
Let's be honest.
What does success mean anyway?
It wasn't. I don't think it was ever really talked about a whole lot at all. But if Lance wants to do it, that's hilarious.
I'll do a hot tub, sure.
Get him some cocoa.
I think that there's got to be some sort of meter for hair versus hot tub person, and I think you meet that. You seem like a hairy guy. You have a lot of body hair?
I'll tell you what.
It's been a while since I've seen you
Pool
shirtless.
filters hate to see this guy coming.
Oh my god.
Does your wife have, I know you have dogs, but if you didn't have dogs, would your wife have to have an animal hair
Dude,
vacuum?
I am not that hairy. I am not that hairy.
Starting that right now. I'm telling everyone that you're
crazy.
hairy.
Lithium-ion batteries aren't good enough. You got to connect this bad boy to the wall.
You're in the Guinness Book of World Records for clogging a Dyson, which until now was impossible. I like this. This is the second time we've started this pod. I like this one much better because we're ripping Lance a lot more here. Anyway, yeah, all right. A lot of newsworthy stuff this week. Superman makes $220 million at the global box office with a reported $225 million budget. I don't know how you cut it. We were just debating the term success. That's success. That's a successful opening for a pretty shaky marketing run for this movie, right? I think there was a lot of who knows, you know what I mean?
I know you and I went back and forth quite a few times. I just feel like they gave away the entire premise of the movie pretty much in random clips.
I would agree with you.
I wish they would just quit doing that. Just release the movie already, you know?
There's there's a very distinct difference between a teaser and then a full trailer. I think that's all you need at this point. Yeah. I don't want clips. I don't want first looks and sees and stuff. Just let me watch it in theaters.
Can I put my tinfoil hat on again?
Yeah, please do.
It's not good, okay? But I think that this movie is bad. And the reason that they are putting all this out is because they're trying to get as many butts in seats first weekend as they can. Because after that, word of mouth is going to be bad.
What are you talking about? We're talking about Superman. You're referring to Fantastic Four?
I am.
Okay,
sorry,
yeah.
that was next on the docket. My apologies. No, Superman was good.
Okay, well then by that same thing, they did this for Superman too. They were really worried that nobody was going to go.
Here's the difference to me though, right? It's opening for a whole new franchise, so they have to make sure that it's successful.
Well, I know for Superman they did something a little bit strange, which is they started releasing it to small groups earlier in the week, and that's kind of what worried me a little bit was that we ended up seeing a whole bunch of reviews really early on, and I think that if those reviews would have been bad, it would have been disaster for the weekend.
No, I agree. Well, we talked about that a month ago, where we were talking. If you have that much faith in your movie, maybe even blind faith at that point, and then it is received poorly, that word of mouth quickly turns to poor word of mouth, and then people don't see your movie.
Yeah, no,
or at least a huge chunk out of your budget.
And I think
box office.
A problem that we're kind of facing now with movies is that all the news that we get on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram or whatever is just so polarizing. It's I only see the ends of the spectrum, which is people either love it or they hate it for everything now. And it's we forgot that you can just go to a movie and say, yeah,
it was aggressively
that was
fine.
okay. And that's an okay thing to say after seeing a movie. But in this day and age, it's you either have to love it or you hate it. And I guess depending on where you fall on, whatever. Pretty much everything that I saw was this movie was dog shit. And so I went in trying to have as open mind as possible, and I ended up liking the movie.
Yeah, and I think honestly, at this point, with especially comic book movies, specifically Marvel and DC stuff, if you see a lot of negative stuff before the movie's even out, you can't help but wonder if this is just some sort of plotted garbage dump.
Yeah,
there's a term for that. And I can't.
Well, hate sells.
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day, right? I think that there's a lot that needs to go into it with look, if if you genuinely liked the movie and you just have a good review about it, it's not going to sell as much as if you thoroughly write just a terrible review video about it and then release that for views. I think so. It's almost like I try to just go away from those immediately now.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't disagree. I think you kind of save your. I don't know. You protect your kind of like you're saying. You go in with it as open-minded as possible.
Yeah.
Kind of, try and go in with blinders. No, I totally agree.
I mean, for instance, with Jurassic Park, and I don't know if you thought this, Lance, or if you thought this, but I went into Jurassic Park expecting it to just be a cash grab, and I mean, I don't know if that sways my opinion towards it at the end here, because I genuinely thought that it wasn't a very good movie, but I went in expecting just a huge cash grab. They put dinos on the screen, they all make money, and
one of my favorite quotes is you are victims of your own expectations. So if you go in with, medium expectations. Who said that? I think it's MKBHD, if I'm totally honest.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Marquez Brownlee?
It's not an original thought by any means.
No, but I like Marquez. Shout out Marquez Brownlee.
Yes, and he is a big Frisbee guy.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah. Dude, he's on an ultimate team.
I believe that.
They won nationals or something. I haven't watched a tech
review.
Do you know
MKBHD?
Marquez Brownlee? You'd recognize him if you saw him.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's
From
one of the biggest tech channels.
Yeah, tech YouTuber. Yes.
Spent like $400,000 on a camera, setup and everything. The guy's crazy.
Oh, he has an insane YouTube studio. In worse news,
sorry, the DP's getting out of control.
We're getting, Zach for audio listeners, Zach almost spilled his Diet Pepsi.
Everywhere.
In worse news, we are getting a new Night at the Museum movie. It's in the works. The film will be an all-new story set at the museum with all new characters. Are they running out of museums? Are they running this one took? The original ones took it at the Met or something, right?
People hate dinosaurs now, so probably.
I don't know. I'm talking on my butt a little bit. It's been a long time. I mean, I know it's got Ben Stiller, and the OG one had Robin Williams.
Isn't Paul Blart Mall Cop in there somewhere? Or am I getting that totally confused?
I think you're.
I thought Paul Blart was in there somewhere.
Let me look.
If you're referring to Kevin James,
No,
I have no idea.
I only know him as Paul Blart.
That's crazy.
You meet him in real life, and you're like, "Where's your Segway?"
Yeah, where's your Segway at, asshole?
I don't know. This is couldn't care less about this, but in a very neutral way. I think.
He is. He plays
in the third one.
Fucking nailed that
Larry
shit.
Daly's boss, Nick Daly's grandfather.
To be fair, though,
in the Night at the Museum: Secret of the Tomb.
To be fair, though, isn't that totally a movie that Kevin James would be in?
He's been in the same movie, copied and he's the Rock of comedy movies.
Yeah,
he's copy and pasted.
We need
a security guard at a zoo.
We need
at a mall.
We need a chubby guy to just fall down a few times.
There's gonna be some
Get
things
Kevin
that
James
probably
in
shouldn't
here.
be talking, but they do. Gorillas, wax figures. He's there.
Get KJ in here.
Yeah, King of Queens, man. Lance, you're gonna love this next one.
Oh, good.
The Scrubs reboot is moving forward.
And we're
ABC.
back. We're back. I mean, I love Scrubs. I would have taken season 9 Scrubs. I would have taken that for 10 more seasons, even though it was by far the worst. I just love this cast. I love these people, and they're all coming back, and I'm ready for it.
What's his name? What's
Zach Braff?
Yeah, what's his character's name?
Dr. John Dorian, JD.
John, yeah, JD. Yep. Yeah. If Turk and JD are here, who's doing all the T-Mobile commercials?
Yeah, I think that in general it is one of the best cast. It just all works so well together.
Best comedy TV show of all time. It's not particularly close.
It goes.
I don't agree with that, but
it kind of toes that line between serious and super not serious, and I think it does it really well. It's got a lot of it's a comedy show at heart, obviously, and first, but it's got a lot of heartwarming and message. It's almost like the Little House on the Prairie meets Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah,
with more gratuitous jokes.
The best part of that show, and you kind of touched on it, is you can turn on an episode and you're not sure whether you're going to see the funniest episode you've ever seen or you're going to be sobbing by the end of it. So
Yeah, no, I don't remember exactly what the premise was, but I know there was one episode where JD is like walking. I think he's leaving the show, or he's retiring or moving to
it's
different.
probably season 8 when they thought they were closing it.
Yeah,
down.
something.
Yeah.
But essentially, he's like walking through this whole line of people and like seeing flashbacks of his of his life. That'll hit you right in the feels, man. Because if you've watched the entire show up to then, holy shit, has it been it's like a wild ride.
Well, they deal with like insane themes like mortality and purpose and just like, you know, everyday life stuff. No, I really like the movie, or I really enjoy the show. Lance actually was the one who put me on it.
Really?
Yeah, and I gotta admit though, I did not watch the Dave Franco season. I haven't seen it.
I hope he comes back. Bring them all. Bring them all.
How do you want this to happen?
Well, that's
No,
the thing.
I honestly don't care. This is good enough.
like if
Whatever.
you had if you had to predict though, like
I don't think they'll ignore that ever happened for sure. They
I
might
don't-
make a joke in the first couple episodes.
what if they
but
buy a hospital or something?
I think that, okay, to go into season 9 a little bit, I thought it wasn't a problem of like the cast.
No.
I think they had a great cast, and everyone, you could definitely tell they were trying to get
Did
like
it switch networks or something?
So it had 2 seasons before that. So it switched from, I don't remember if it was ABC to NBC or NBC to ABC, but it switched, and then I think it was between season 6 and season 7, and then they had 2 more on the docket. They thought they were going to close it down, but they got the showrunner wanted to have a spinoff, but they said no, you're going to have the original Scrubs. So he basically just made it into a spinoff, but they kept it as Scrubs
Oh, that's a bummer.
because it's called Scrubs Med School,
yeah.
which was what he wanted the complete spinoff to be.
Well, he tried to like strike gold, right? So you had essentially the Zach Braff character, Dr. John Dorian, in Dave Franco. You had the new Turk, and then you had the new Elliot, right? So like you literally had those exact same characters, but as like youngsters, and then trying to like learn from the elders essentially.
But they still had the other ones. Like Turk and them are still
yeah,
in there. So.
It wasn't a problem of the cast. It was a problem of just horrendous writing.
Just like were they trying to do like a passing of the torch thing? Or?
Essentially, yeah, I think so.
To me, it felt like the showrunner was fighting with the
Execs maybe.
execs. Like, I think that he wanted none of them, maybe JD, to stay on and it be completely separate.
Yeah.
And they wanted those original cast members to stay, so they had the face value, name value, and then
Well,
it
as
just
far as I
didn't
can
work.
tell, they're getting a lot of those back right now. Donald Faison, Sarah Chalk, and Zach Braff are all reprising the roles. They're all confirmed.
The big 3.
Big 3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can have Scrubs without JD and Turk.
It'll be tough to get the janitor back, though. I mean, he's just got. I mean, he like kind of
Yeah.
got big after
think
that.
so?
And he was the main guy in the middle. Like, he's been doing things, and now to go back to like a ancillary role seems
Well,
like it'd be tough to.
maybe he had a great time. Maybe
yeah,
he'll do
sure.
it just because.
You know, my favorite thing about the janitor is that it's like canon that the janitor was actually in The Fugitive in Scrubs, the TV show. They have like a whole half like segue little middle part of the episode about this where like JD and Turk watch The Fugitive and they're like, whoa, is that the janitor? And it's and they like go into it
because
or
he's
whatever.
like actually in the fugitive.
Yeah, so he's in The
okay.
Fugitive as like I forget.
Yeah,
he's
but play,
just
like,
some random
yeah,
cop.
he's acting. Okay,
But
yeah,
they're like, wow, the janitor was in The Fugitive, and so like that's a whole side little
that's funny.
thing.
I have another janitor fun fact. He was originally supposed to be a figment of JD's imagination. So
Yeah.
he wasn't even in the first season. He never interacts with anyone but JD because he was supposed to be like a ghost the whole
could
time.
kinda see it,
And then
yeah.
people enjoyed him so
Tested
much
through
that
the
they,
roof.
Yeah, that they put him on as a regular guy.
He's just JD's resident asshole.
I don't want to go into Scrubs for the entire episode here because we totally could, but like, who's your favorite character on the show? I know exactly who mine is.
I like Elliot.
Put me on the spot here. I do like Elliot. Towards the end, she got kind of annoying,
Yeah.
though, which was
Honestly,
too
she was
bad.
kind of
I mean,
annoying in the beginning.
JD's obviously a good choice.
Well, Elliot's whole like her whole thing, her arc was that in the beginning she was, I would argue that she's probably the best of the three, but just always second guessed herself and could never actually do anything. And then at the very end, she's like arguably probably one of the most successful now.
But when she switched from the hospital to private practice,
Yeah, it was a whole. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like Carla actually. I might retcon my vote right there. I think Carla kind of being like underestimated in the first few seasons and like teaching the doctors or the residents how to you know the ways of the trade sort of deal, and her like getting respect for the other nurses I thought was cool, and I just like her character.
I'd probably go JD. Maybe this is a deep cut. Okay. Maybe the guy that he like bullies the crap out of in like the 4th through 6th seasons, the intern guy that he just relentlessly attacks. I enjoy him.
Ends up quitting.
Yeah.
I lied. Okay, double retcon. I like the attorney representation for the hospital.
Yep.
The bald guy.
Sam Lloyd.
Okay.
Yeah. He plays Ted.
Constantly
Just
sweating.
obliterated by Kelso every chance that he gets.
Yes.
I like Dr. Cox.
Oh yeah,
He's
that's a good one
my
too.
favorite character by far, because I like that, like, I feel like he had the most range of any character, because there's whenever JD would like somebody, I think it was the first time that JD lost a patient and he was like standing there crying, Cox was there just like, buddy, it's another Tuesday. You know. But the best lines in the whole show came from Cox, I think, in my opinion. I always think back to the episode.
Is that why you're such an asshole?
Maybe. Could be. Could be my rosebud. But I have a real soft interior, or just like Cox does.
Never seen it.
Never seen it, and you never will. But I always think about whenever I'm taking Advil. JD asks, "What's the right amount of Advil to give to a patient?" And Dr. Cox goes, "Here's what you do: you take the Advil, you pour a bunch in your hand, you open up the patient's mouth, and you throw it at their face, and whatever goes in, that's the right amount."
That doesn't seem.
It's scientific.
Yeah, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Look,
fair enough.
no one's saying take 12 Advil, but also
Can you OD on Advil? I
Yes.
think that's got to be one of the
you
most
definitely
embarrassing
can.
ways to die.
You definitely can.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say that like the. Yeah, I believe me.
No, trust me, you totally can, because we're not advocating anyone take 12 Advil on this fucking show.
Yes, by all means, please do not take.
Yeah.
Don't take any drugs.
Listen to your doctors for the love of
Don't listen
God.
to us at all. God,
Yeah,
now we're gonna
this-
have to put like a disclaimer. At
This
the front
isn't
of
medical advice.
Well, I mean, listen to the podcast. Just don't listen to any
Listen to the
medical advice
podcast.
from
Don't
us.
listen to our. Yeah.
This is not medical advice.
There you go.
That's not how you take Advil.
What is it?
No,
I'm just kidding.
I don't toss a whole handful in the air and see whatever sticks.
All right. So this isn't the Scrubs podcast.
Could be.
Did you guys see the
Spin-off.
Did you guys see the Mario movie?
Yep, it was great.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I think you would really like it.
It's with Chris Pratt, right? That one.
Yes.
I heard,
Well,
I heard it was good.
they're keeping it rolling.
Do it again.
Yes, Universal has filed a copyright for Donkey Kong, and it's been registered. Oh, I read that all backwards. The copyright for a Donkey Kong movie has been registered by Universal.
Hell yeah.
Nintendo has allowed it to happen. They are rolling forward on a new movie.
Why would you not? I mean, well, they're already moving forward on the second Mario movie. So
Yeah, I
this
knew
is
that.
So this is actually going to be the third movie,
Dude,
but
we got
it just
an
makes
MCU
sense.
building here.
Yeah, except
MCU.
with good movies. Suddenly,
true.
so who would have thought Mario over Marvel? That's where we're getting to, dude.
Dude, I think Mario made a shit ton of money.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it did.
Like one.
It was, 1.36 billion worldwide. That's insane. And honestly, for him not really sounding like Mario at all, did really well.
Yeah, but I don't think.
I didn't really have a problem with Chris Pratt.
No, I thought it was a very fun animated movie. Like, if I go back to it, I'd probably give it like I'd have to watch it one more time. But right now, I'm thinking like an 8-1. Like it was
8-1, yeah.
as far as like an animated movie. I'm not going in thinking it's Picasso. As far as an animated movie.
If I had to
it's great.
compare it to another animated movie, which would be for me number one, How to Train Your Dragon, which I give like a 9.6, I would say this is an 8.5, solid 8.5. Yeah. Yeah.
You
no,
still haven't watched the How to Train
haven't
Your
seen
Dragon
it. No, I
live
almost
action.
don't want to because of how much I like the
You
other
should
one.
watch it. It's actually really good.
Ugh.
It's good.
Okay, maybe I will.
It's pretty much tit for tat the exact movie.
I'd like to also point out that right behind How to Train Your Dragon, the animated one, at a 9.4, Ratatouille. Insane movie. It's got everything. Love, romance,
The best
action,
animated movie
love and romance.
by far is Tarzan, and it's not close.
I like Tarzan. Yeah.
Especially with the
He's like the shirtless
soundtrack.
dude.
Phil Collins. Should not be crying
Okay,
like that. In the
fair.
first
I will
3 minutes
say
of the video.
I will
Yes.
say
Of the movie.
Phil Collins. They probably called him up and they were like, "Hey, Phil, we need just some random, some random songs to go with this weird jungle movie we've got going on." And then he makes banger after banger for it.
Yeah.
God damn.
Do you know that he recorded every song on the soundtrack in like 10 or 12 different languages? Something
really?
insane. Pulling that kind of out of my butt, but that's that he recorded a lot of music in other languages for this movie.
He's just built different.
Phil Collins is the man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can you guys hear that?
No, stop. Ugh.
I had something on my mic.
It looked like you were I don't know.
What
I
am I-
won't say it.
Say it.
No. Yeah, Donkey Kong movie. Looking forward to it, actually, oddly enough. I'm really curious to see who they will cast in the voice, though. You need a pretty...
Well, they already had
Commanding-
Donkey Kong in the movie.
Who was he played by?
I don't know.
I don't
Look it
remember
up.
that.
The Mario movie. I think it should get.
But I can't imagine they'd switch it, would
Seth
they?
Rogen.
Yeah.
Fuck!
I'm sure that's who they'll keep.
Shit!
Really?
Why would I mean?
That even looks like him.
We're in a. Yeah, there's no way they'd switch it. We're in a
Whenever I think of Seth Rogen.
Mario's
Donkey Kong's going to
universe.
smoke marijuana in this movie.
I don't.
Absolutely. There's going to be some bananas that get him high.
Yikes.
I would like a...
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this movie.
Yeah, it's good.
I went hog wild on what we watched this week, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I did some TV watching this week.
Oh, I thought you meant the movie of the week.
Oh no,
Interesting.
I did. I
Excited
watched
to
that
hear your
too.
thoughts. All right, let's move into the final piece of news here, which honestly isn't much news at this point, because it happens, I think, for the last 12 films. Marvel Studios are once again filming a project without having an end written. Doomsday doesn't have an ending yet, admits Russo brothers.
Truly, what are we doing? Like, what? Marvel is completely lost. They're like, you've heard the term, they're on a boat without a paddle. They're not. They're on a boat on Mars, dude. Paddle's not doing them any good. They have no idea what's going on.
I think it's up the river without a paddle, but I get what you're saying.
They're on a boat and there's no paddle and it's on Mars. So
Is there
tell me how
water?
you're getting back. Tell me how you're figuring it out. No, there's no water on
Honestly,
Mars.
I take it further. I think they're in a boat in the middle of a field. It's just like they're missing it.
They
so
lost the plot.
They lost the plot.
I don't.
They're
like,
in charge of the plot and they've lost the plot.
People continue to get mad at what they're doing. I mean, the Russo brothers haven't done anything since Endgame. What have they been doing? They've just been sitting on their laurels, enjoying their fancy houses in L.A. and not doing the work.
So here's a few things. One, I don't really know how we don't have an ending because the Doomsday is based off of Time Runs Out, which is a comic that leads into Secret Wars, and that has an ending. So why aren't we just doing what it says in the comic at this point? I mean, it gives you a roadmap. Just follow it. I don't get what the mess is here.
To kind of address the people in the comment section of TikTok, I do agree with you to an extent. Lance missed it a little bit with the big one that's blowing up right now.
No, I didn't. These people are
no,
wrong.
you say you're right. Hold on, just give me a second
Okay,
here.
okay.
Let me
And then
play
I'm
it out
gonna
here.
defend
No,
myself.
that's okay. Everyone said, like, your point was Marvel's running out of characters, and I think maybe you meant to say Marvel is running out of characters of substance or characters that we care about.
Right.
Everyone in the comment section is like, well, we got the X-Men coming, we got all these things, and then they're accusing you of not reading comics, which is true. But at this point, it doesn't matter if we read the comics. They don't follow them as really any outline or roadmap at this point. It feels like we're just kind of... It's almost at this point, I think, to the point where George R.R. Martin and the HBO Game of Thrones show kind of just both went separate ways. I think we're kind of at that point right now where we're making our own canon up at this point, which is fine, but lean into that. Yeah. I just feel like you said, we've lost the plot here.
Can I say something else to defend myself against the TikTok?
Go ahead.
What I meant by they're running out of characters, right? Of course, we still have the X-Men. Of course, we still have the Fantastic Four. Here's the problem with that, right? We've already seen them at length. We've seen 2 iterations of Fantastic Four that did not work, okay? We've seen a bunch of X-Men movies. People aren't excited to go to the theater to see these for the 10th time, right? Like, it's different when you go and you have a Superman that you haven't seen since 2012. I mean, 2015,
you're kind of arguing
16.
against yourself with that point.
What do you mean?
You kind of hear it. Like, you're saying, like, we've already had these iterations before.
Right.
But, like, we've had 12 Batmans. We've had 5 or 6 Superman. Like, I get your point, but I think you're backing it up with the wrong stuff.
I agree too. Yes. So here's what I'll come full circle with. Right. The X-Men as a whole are exciting. Lots of people enjoy them. Right. But they're already bringing back that cast to kill them in a couple movies. You're gonna bring in a second iteration of these X-Men characters again. Like, you're just muddying your own waters, and you're running out of things that people are going to care about. Because as soon as you knock off those X-Men characters, you're probably going to lose a large majority of fans who enjoyed the X-Men.
I don't mean to keep this rolling, but, like, I kind of disagree with you. I think people are ready for something fresh, but the same characters. The whole thing with the comics, and Zach has, brought this up multiple times. The great thing about the comics is you can have these independent runs that don't affect each other.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the MCU. If they do a reset, like a timeline, alternate reality reset, Earth 616, whatever you call, what have you, and they recast all those characters, I think you're gonna have a lot of people super interested in that. And honestly, I am one of them. I do like the old X-Men movies. I think X-Men Last Stand, pretty cool. Whether it's comically accurate, I have no idea. Never read any X-Men comics. But I like those characters from those movies, and I'm interested in seeing Marvel's iterations of those going forward. So I would like to see the old ones killed off, or whatever happens to them. They go off in their timeline, and they're sealed off from whatever. We don't ever see them again. I agree, but I don't agree.
I agree with you that comic fans are going to enjoy this. Comic fans are going to love seeing these new characters. Where I struggle is I don't think the general movie-going population, like let's say I go with my mom or I go with Jenny or, someone who kind of watches them but they're not hard into the comics. That's not Wolverine. Why does he look like that? Or that's not, they're setting themselves up for confusion that people aren't going to understand, which you could also make that same argument for Superman.
Well, when this whole thing kicked off, no one knew who Wolverine was or no one knew who Iron Man was. I mean, they just built those characters, right?
Right, but you've watched the movies now, so people know them now. Like, my wife knows Wolverine now. So when a new Wolverine shows up in 5 years, she's going to be like, oh, why? Like, where's the Wolverine that I know? Why isn't Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine?
Well, I think what I think that they're doing, like, genuinely what I think's happening is they're just trying to get to Secret Wars so that they can just reset everything. I genuinely think that there's going to be a reset of a lot of these characters after Secret Wars because that's kind of what happens anyways. Like, it's supposed to be that way. So again, I don't really understand what they're struggling with as far as the ending other than, like, maybe essentially at the end of Time Runs Out, like, all the characters are dead except for Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange and Molecule Man, effectively. And then those three rebuild Battleworld, and that's Secret Wars. And then once that happens, they defeat Doctor Doom, and the multiverse is reborn after that. So I think that they're just biding their time trying to, like, get to the end here so that they can reset this whole thing and start making money again.
I mean, that's a good point at the end there. They just want to make movies that make billions of dollars.
Yeah, they're just trying their best to get to this to get to this thing. But they have, like, and again, it's the Game of Thrones problem all over again, where unlike with Game of Thrones, they ran out of, like, source material after season 4. The Russos or whatever other Marvel director they bring in, you've got a roadmap. Just follow it.
You have a bajillion roadmaps.
Yeah. So now when you get to the end of Secret Wars, you're gonna just see a reset, and I would love to see it. Bring it in. Bring it on. Bring it in.
I think we're overdue.
I'd love to see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Nice. All right, let's get to the trailers. Another week, another unnecessary teaser for Fantastic Four. You watched it, Zach. I didn't watch it because I'm tired of watching it. I don't want to see them. I know we're a movie podcast and we're supposed to cover movie stuff. I don't want to see more of this movie.
No, I watched it.
Especially when we're like 10 days away?
We're 10 days away. And I think that at the end of it, like, everyone knows now that Galactus is essentially after little Franklin Richards, right? Mm-hmm. And so for those of you that have seen it, essentially the Fantastic Four go off to meet Galactus, and they try to have like a little like, hey, we really would appreciate it if you didn't destroy our world.
They had a little powwow.
What can we do to? They try to negotiate with them, is what they say. So they come back to Earth. They meet with a bunch of news people, and they're like, we try to negotiate, but what he was asking for is too much, and we don't know what's going to happen next. Essentially, Galactus asks for the kid, and they're not going to.
So the too much is the baby.
Yeah.
It's Franklin.
Yeah, it's Franklin. They don't want to give up their kid, and there's that. So I think it's cool. I'm into it. I do just want them to just release the fucking movie at this point, because I think it would have been way cooler to see that in IMAX, especially like you see the outline of Galactus in this little like, I don't know, 30-second clip. It would be way better to see that for the first time in IMAX.
Mm-hmm.
But now I saw it on my iPhone while I was taking a shit, and it just doesn't really do it for me. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
No.
It loses its gravitas, if you will.
No, I agree.
You know?
And honestly, I think marketing companies at this point are just going off the rails with what they show. Like, it kind of shocks me because I don't know if Marvel does it, but I know a lot of other large studios, they hire out trailer companies to chop up their movie, make a cool trailer, and push it out in the marketing stuff. Like, who's okay in this? Who's greenlighting this stuff? You know, I mean, obviously, I know the culture has changed significantly over the last 15 years. You know, we're chronically online right now. We like little snippets of things that are coming out, but why are we? The problem that I had with Superman that came out last week, same problems. Because as I'm watching the movie, I almost am doing like a mental like inventory as I'm watching. It's like, well, we haven't seen this in the trailer yet, so I know that's going to happen at some point. Quit showing the whole movie. Is
it possible that like, and I mean not to sound like negative towards like your general movie going public, like we're on a movie podcast. We talk about movies constantly. We talk about TV shows constantly. What we've been watching all the time. I bring it up so much that my lady's like, fucking knock it off. You're driving me crazy. So naturally, I'm going to be pumped. If you show me one trailer, I'm going to write that release date down on my calendar and like go see that movie. But I think the typical movie going public now is just so distracted. They forget. And so like if they don't constantly see something new every 2 days, they just forget that it's coming out.
Well, yeah, the problem that I have is like ramp it up 2 months before the movie comes out. Don't show me like clips and snippets and casting and all this stuff. Like general audiences, like you said, don't give a shit about that stuff. No. They're not caught up in that.
That's my problem with The Odyssey. I mean, before Superman, they showed that exact same The Odyssey clip before Superman again, which I thought it was just for Jurassic World, but apparently they're showing it everywhere now. I would have rather you built that like suspense with what the characters look and sound like for a year before you showed me anything, but now you showed me Spider-Man crying and John Barenthal not sounding very good, and it kind of takes me out of it a little bit. You know what I mean?
No, I totally agree.
I still think the main reason we're seeing so much is the movie's not very good. I mean, even what they're putting out, it doesn't look.
Superman did the exact same thing, and they might have shown even more, and it came out fine.
But the difference is they pushed their stuff early too. Like you could watch it on Tuesday. You had Rotten Tomatoes. Like they're ramping everything up 2 weeks before. We're seeing all this stuff. Like Superman's was a little bit different because we started seeing things months and months out, and then as it got closer, we stopped seeing quite so much.
No, 2 weeks before it came out, you saw that scene where he flips the desk. It's the exact same roadmap they did with Superman. It's exactly the same.
I think I'm with Zach. I think I think that's just a standard movie thing, is a ramp up a couple weeks before. You're gonna see it commercials, and you're gonna. I think that's the difference between us now. Like, I think a lot of people don't watch regular TV anymore. And like, think about 10 years ago, like when you were living at home and, you know, a movie came out in 10 days, you're seeing those commercials in between an NFL game. Like you're seeing the same thing over and over and over again. And I almost wonder if this is just like the digital, like internet version of that, where they're pushing it like crazy.
Well, and also like, I mean, you have the algorithm to fuck with against now, right? So like on Instagram, whenever you log on, you have, I don't know, 30 seconds to scroll, and then you go back to doing whatever you're doing. Mm-hmm. What are the chances that you're going to see the right things that Marvel wants you to see? So they're going to just keep reposting and reposting and reposting until they finally get a hold of their entire audience.
Marketing now is a war of attrition.
And it's like, well, what do they say? Like if you post something on Facebook, it goes to 10% of your audience. 10% of your audience sees it every time that you post something. So you just keep doing it until everybody gets it. So maybe the fact that like we've seen all of these is just the algorithm saying, oh, he liked this thing, so he's gonna like it again. So I should probably show him that.
Isn't that the worst when you buy something and then you get the ads for it?
Yeah, Amazon. I bought a toaster, and I want to let you know I'm not starting a collection of toasters.
Don't need another.
I don't need another one. I've made my choice.
Oh, you like 2 pieces of toast? What if you had 4?
What if you had all of the toast? You want to do an entire loaf of bread at once? We got you.
God. That's funny. Okay. Well, all right. We're gonna get into it later some more, I'm sure. So we'll just keep this rolling here. Red Sonja. I guess this is a Conan the Barbarian person from that universe. Am I wrong? I'm total coming in. No research on this. I watched the trailer. Thought it looked terrible. It looks like a TV movie. And I know nothing about this character.
This is actually a Marvel comic book character. An MCU spinoff? Is that what
Red
we got?
Sonja.
At least that's what comes up when I search it. No idea if that's related or not.
I've
though.
got zero idea who this person is. I got the vibes of it's like the biggest movie like loss of like the biggest flop of all time.
Borderlands.
No.
Oh, I thought it was a Conan the O'Brien, Conan the Barbarian movie because there is a movie by the same name in 1985 that also has Arnold Schwarzenegger. He plays Lord Calidor.
I got John Carter vibes.
Oh, yeah.
I did too. Yeah.
Remember? That movie lost $1 billion.
Okay, and that's your fault, public. Okay.
For not going?
No,
It's actually the director's fault for making a horrible movie.
The movie's not horrible.
I never saw it.
You don't like it? That kind of surprises me, considering how many shit movies you like.
I do, but this one's just too bad. It doesn't make the mark for me. It's just a bad.
I like John Carter, and I like what's his name? I like the Friday Night Lights guy.
Yeah, Taylor something.
Hitchinson?
No, definitely not.
This has a fairly unknown cast, except for the Robert Sheehan guy. And I only know that just because of Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, that was a little weird to see him in a not Netflix movie.
Yeah. Netflix loves that guy.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, Netflix loves that guy. But yeah, I thought it looked fine. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I kind of thought that, like, what is it, Anya Taylor-Joy?
Oh, Taylor Kitsch. I was close.
I got vibes of her from that Mad Max movie, I guess, but
Oh,
sure.
Yeah, I had a little bit of some Furiosa vibes. Big time fantasy. Yeah, I don't know. I'll watch it probably.
I mean, it's got sword fighting and looks like it's pretty badassery, I guess.
I'll wait and see what people say because, like,
A lot of eye black.
there's no, I don't know, it just didn't
Eye black?
scream something that had any kind of confidence at all. It's got no big names on the cast. It's being produced by Samuel Goldwyn Films. Like, it screams just bad.
Straight to DVD?
Unfortunately, yeah, exactly.
It has big $5 bin vibes at
Yeah.
Walmart.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we're shitting on it with having,
It was a rough week for trailers. We
It
were
really was.
We were
Yeah,
scrapping.
we were scrapping.
We were scrapping.
In one, so Chief of War
Yeah, keep it
is the
rolling
next trailer we're going to talk about. I have a conspiracy theory about this.
No, all right, first, you're going to suck off Apple a little bit, probably, right?
Yeah, Apple fucks pretty hard.
Yeah.
Okay, Apple fucks pretty hard. The trailer looks really good. Like the visuals are great. But here's my conspiracy theory. Apple had their first actual miss, and you're not going to like this. Their first miss was C. It wasn't very good. They requested Jason Momoa to come back for a second season, and he said, "I'll do season 2 of C, but you have to do a passion project of mine."
I'm fairly certain they're on season 3 of C.
Okay, sorry.
I don't think they ever made season 3, did they? But
I know he's coming back for another season of C.
C has a total of 3 seasons.
Okay, sorry. That's how little I care about that TV show.
So which means they have a 4th one coming? Is that what you're saying?
No, C concluded on October 14th, 2022.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Here's my...
Anyways, essentially Jason Momoa plays like a chief on Hawaii, and there's like some colonization going on in Hawaii. Jason Momoa is a Hawaiian native, I believe, and he is passionate about this kind of thing, and it looks fine. Do I think it'll be great? Who knows? I think Jason Momoa is awesome. that guy. I watched a trailer, or not a trailer, a little like reel of that guy. Remember when axe throwing was big for like the 8 seconds? He like threw an axe.
Like four shops opened up in Fort Wayne.
Four shops opened up all at the same time. Axe throwing was like huge here for some reason. Anyways, I saw like one reel of Jason Momoa toss an axe, get a bullseye, and then like chug a beer. And I was like, that guy is awesome.
Okay, I will say
that guy kills it.
I don't care for the dude at all, but he's got great vibes. I did I can't remember what show it is or what clip it's from, but when he like does the lawn chair, like he like flicks it out and then throws it down on the ground, it's perfect.
He's awesome.
He's a big vibe.
How do you not like that guy?
I don't know. He just comes across as kind of creepy to me.
You think so?
He's a lot like The Rock, which is
thank
why
you.
I'm surprised that you like him. They
a-
have the same kind of vibe aura to me.
That is
and I
not
don't
true
care
in
for
the
that dude.
slightest.
I don't mind either.
You know what they
but
both
they
The
are
Rock is
similar.
so up his own asshole, though, man. Jason Momoa is a cool guy you want to hang out
The
with.
problem I have with both of them is that they are
What, you don't like?
employed actors that cannot act. They're
Okay, but they're making
fucking
it
bad.
They're making it by on their muscles alone, muscles and creatine.
Throw Vin Diesel
as
in
long
the
as their
same-
lines are less than 10 words,
Sure.
they're fine.
Sure.
Then they can cut, and then someone can
He
read
was
it to
the
him.
worst part of the last Fast and Furious movie, but
He was in the last Fast and Furious movie?
yeah, he's the new big bad.
Ugh, that's so
I think he's
unfortunate.
part of the trilogy now. He's like the big bad of the trilogy.
That's
He was the worst part, but I'm
I don't
still
know
here
why I'm
for
saying
it.
that's so unfortunate. I
don't
think
care.
the movie sucked anyway.
I
Hey.
hope to never watch
fine.
another Fast and Furious movie in my lifetime.
That's okay. I'm gonna watch it 3 times.
See,
Once for each of you.
Lance continues, and this is, I don't know if this is a positive or a negative. You continue to blow my mind with your opinions. That it feels like
A me movie?
a me movie to the max, and you're like, I fucking hate this movie.
I do. I've only seen, this is going to blow your mind even more. I've never seen a full Fast and Furious movie, but I have seen the full spin-off movie, Hobbs and Shaw.
That makes sense. That adds up. Oh yeah, because you're the Lance loves to not watch the first 3 movies of the franchise and then skip to the middle and then watch the last one and then have pretty
Opinions about
polarizing
it.
opinions about
Yeah.
it.
Mission
Yeah,
Impossible
fuck you.
sucks. I
Lance-
don't care what anyone
Roast
says.
this guy.
Lance skips to the middle. He'll watch it and then he'll write down in crayon in his little notebook. I don't like this movie, guys.
Oh,
Okay.
there's big explosions. I don't
Fast
follow.
and Furious is not something you guys want to defend. That is crazy.
I'm not defending Fast and Furious. We're
I'll defend
defending.
it all. I'll defend it all goddamn day. I don't care.
The only reason I saw Hobbs and Shaw is because I had to take my sister to the movies with her friends, and she wanted to watch Dora the Explorer, and I was not going to be a 20-year-old man watching Dora the Explorer in the theater. So
Don't
I went and watched
pretend.
Hobbs and
Gotta be
Shaw.
honest, you're getting the shit end of the sister going places deal. 'Cause
Yeah.
you
I gotta
went to
tell
a-
you, don't
you-
don't
yeah,
pretend
tell-
that you
tell-
didn't love Dora the Explorer.
No,
A couple weeks ago,
listen.
I had to go
Buckle
to
up.
I went to a K-pop concert,
Hell yeah.
like a big one
Oh,
in Chicago at
Yeah.
Wrigley Field.
Who'd you see?
Stray Kids, I think is what they're called.
Dudes. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you.
Wow, you're up on your K-pop though. You know those are guys.
Yeah,
Like
I know who they are.
Wow.
Not into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Not into it. Speaking of which,
Zach likes Asian women.
there is
Okay.
there is a new TV show on Netflix called K-pop Demon Hunters, and
I think I did see a
do
little,
plan on seeing that.
little clip. Of
It's
that.
an animated. It looks fun. I actually seen a few people online saying it was really good.
There you go.
Can you fix your headphones? It's bugging the heck out of me. No. Yeah, you need to like pick them up and then put it in the center of your head.
Also, extend the earmuffs out a little bit.
I love letting people. You could do that. That's gotta
DJ
be. That's gotta be
L.
uncomfortable.
That is way
DJ
worse.
Lance.
Yeah, put it. It's like too far forward
How's
on
this?
the top.
Too far
You
still?
need to go back. There you go. Okay.
Sorry, I'm so hideous.
No, it's
to you
okay.
guys.
I just know people are gonna
Is
roast
that as
you.
far as the cups come out?
Absolutely. Have we ever talked about
You're
the head
maxed
size
out on
here?
the
No.
earmuff adjustments.
I'm
That's
rocking
crazy.
an
No.
8 3/4.
No, I know. It's about as big as they come.
Yeah, it's bigger
Yeah.
than like a
Dude, I
normal
got the
size.
exact
Because if you go to
opposite.
lids, 8 is the max, and
Yeah.
I'm an 8 3/4.
I think we talked about this in the second episode. I
No,
remember.
I don't love just bashing on my mom for no reason. She's a wonderful woman. The only thing that she's really come up short on is rotating me as an infant. I have the flattest back of my head you could possibly imagine, and the reason I bring that up is because I have the exact opposite problem that you have. I can't find a hat that fucking fits me because they're way too big. I'm maxed out on the.
Show us the back of the head.
I'm
real
not
quick.
taking all my stuff off.
We'll be able to see
is
it.
it really that
No,
flat?
it's not round.
Let's see it.
No, it's not that bad.
He's
but
he's
Melee
he's
though
so scared
sends
to
me-
take the hat off.
Yeah, no, fuck you. All right. Why don't you go to another K-pop concert, you loser?
Sure.
Why am I taking
love
the
to.
attack for Zach's joke?
He
Just because I
signs
laughed?
checks I get. All right. Okay, so that's it. So go watch Chief of War. Actually, it looks pretty good.
It looks fine.
We lost the plot there for a second, but the
Essentially,
cinematography looks great.
It's Jason Momoa. He's doing stuff. They're killing people.
Is it
Who
like
cares?
Dances with Wolves on Hawaii?
Chief of War follows the epic and unprecedented telling of the unification of colonization on Hawaii in the late 18th century.
Ooh, so they're gonna.
Told from an indigenous perspective, Chief of War is a passion project for creators Jason Momoa and Thomas Pasabet, who both share native Hawaiian heritage.
Bad day to be a white guy.
Bad day to be a white guy. God damn.
Bummer. All right, boys. Movie of the week Superman. We all watched it. I watched it with you, Lance. I haven't seen a movie with you in a while. Yeah, it was a good time. I really enjoyed it. Give us a Zach, start us off.
Yeah, so like I talked about earlier, I went in with doing my best to because I saw a whole bunch of reviews beforehand and just random stuff, and I actually got spoiled for the end credit scene, which really wasn't anything, I gotta be honest. But I went in hearing super negative stuff, and I went in hearing this is the best thing ever, DC is back. And so I was like, I gotta be honest, I don't really know where this is gonna fall. But no, I actually enjoyed the movie. I do think that it felt like Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit, but that's fair because James Gunn. I think it was a little bit too sarcastic at times, a little too funny. It didn't really take itself very seriously. I feel like the supporting characters really stole the show away from Superman when the whole point is that Superman is, I mean, he's the title of the movie. You'd think that he could handle his own problems, but I always just kind of felt like Superman was just getting help from everybody else to get out of whatever situation he was in. Superman kind of felt weak to me. And this was a point that James Gunn made at the very beginning, before this even came out, is that he's not invulnerable in this movie. I didn't love the guy who played Lex Luthor.
You're not a Nicholas Hoult guy?
Wow.
I like Nicholas Hoult, but I just feel like
It's kind of surprising to me because he was
I
one of my
love-
favorite casts.
I never read really any of the comic books for DC, but I did watch like Justice League and that kind of stuff. And Lex was just always a big behemoth guy with deep voice and was serious, right? But in this, it's just like, man, like I thought that I was a hater. This guy took hating to like a next level.
It's his job.
It's his
Literally
job.
his whole job.
Yeah, so I didn't love Lex. I think they could have done a better job there. And I'm a huge Millie Alcock fan. I thought the ending for her was great, that she just kind of showed up out of nowhere. Spoiler alert, sorry. And I gave it a 7.5. It had its problems, but I think as far as like DC goes, this is the best thing that DC's had in 15 years.
No, I right there
By
with you, brother.
far the best thing that they've had in 15 years. It was very good, and I thought it was a pretty okay start to the DCU.
Yeah, some of the things that you didn't enjoy that much, I actually thought I loved, right?
Yeah.
Like you mentioned the comedic thing. I think that in a way it was just like, hey, we're going more towards like, this is fun. You know, we're going towards fun comic booky style movies where they're showing that contrast from the DCEU. Like they're like, hey, this is going to be fun. It's not going to take itself too seriously, too broody. We're not going to have an angry, sad Superman, you know. So I think that's the reason they went that way. I actually also loved the ancillary superheroes. I thought, you know, we're getting plopped down in a world with superheroes already, and I love seeing them. Like, because if there's superheroes around, you're not going to just see, like, Superman's not taking care of all of these problems on his own. You know what I mean? Like, you're facing that giant monster at the beginning of the movie. He wouldn't just be the only one there. There would be other people there. Like, it made sense to me. I thought Mr. Terrific's one scene was one of my favorites in the whole movie. Yeah, I loved everything about that as well. I thought it felt the most like a comic book movie that I've ever seen. I thought it felt super comic booky. You know, there was random characters showing up that you may or may not see a bunch more. You may not see them anymore, but they're getting those mentions. You're getting to see them. Like, they're just living in the world that Superman's in. Yeah, I loved. I thought all of the casting worked super well. I'm still kind of 50-50 on Lois Lane. She's one that I'm not quite sold on yet.
That surprises me.
But the rest of the cast I love.
I think Rachel Brosnahan did a great job.
I did think.
I don't think she was bad by any means, but I didn't feel the connection between her and Superman. If that makes sense. But I
don't
love
think
Superman.
that you were supposed to. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no, I mean you may be right. That may have been the plan all along, but it just felt like they were forcing them to be together. Like if they don't have that, then because I didn't even feel it at the end. Like I get you're not supposed to feel it at the beginning, but even at the end, I didn't feel.
Yeah, the beginning
like
was
the
definitely
spark.
by design.
Yeah,
but
the beginning was by design for sure.
I don't disagree with what you're saying.
But towards the end, I don't know. But overall, this was a really fun movie. Like I had a ton of fun.
He's like holding back.
You can feel it seeping out of him.
And I'm not a DC guy. I'm a Marvel guy. Like I don't know much about these.
I don't believe you.
He's bouncing.
No, I'm not. I'm not kidding you. Like, Spider-Man's my favorite character. Like, I don't know, but to me, this was a 9-1 to me. Now I tossed around 8-9 to 9-1 because to me the rankings go: perfect movie is a 10, superb movie is a 9, a great movie's an 8, a good movie's a 7, an okay movie's a 6, and an M movie's 5, and then so on and so forth.
And then you have some room to move.
Yeah. But this teetered right between: is it great teetering towards superb, or is it a superb movie that's teetering towards great? And I think it was a superb movie. Like I think it did exactly what it needed to. I had fun the whole way through. Every scene that we watched, I enjoyed. Were there some things I would change? Yeah, of course. It's a movie. No movie's ever going to be a 10, right? It's just not. Like, there's always going to be something that you point out that you don't like personally. But
no, I think I agree with you there. I mean, for me, it teetered on that like good to great.
Yeah.
Level too.
So I think but I think to me this was probably the best comic book movie since Endgame. I mean, Guardians 3 is close, I guess, but
Guardians 3, yeah.
But I mean, and I'm not like a super James Gunn guy either. Like Guardians 1 was good.
Yeah, you clarified that last week. You're like, I don't think it's gonna be good because of James Gunn. I think it's just gonna be good because it's thought out.
Yeah, Guardians 2 I don't enjoy. The suit okay, crazy take here. The second Suicide Squad is worse than the first Suicide Squad to me.
That's a terrible take.
So I mean, you guys can disagree with me all you want, but just
purely from
from like a Marvel I'm not a James Gunn pumper. Like I like Will Smith and that Suicide Squad better than the second one. I just do. But yeah, this movie was awesome. It was fun. I'm gonna go back and probably see it again this week in IMAX since we didn't get the chance to last time. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, good for you. All right. I really, really liked this design. I loved his suit. In the trailers leading up to it, I wasn't really sold on the trunks. Trunks didn't bother me at all. And I also kind of thought that I would hate the Superman logo on the cape. Really liked the Superman logo on the cape. I loved how colorful this entire movie was. The cinematography was fine, but I think it really shined with the colors and the grading. The only problem that I will say with, the quote unquote cinematography is all the wide angle shots. A lot of those, just as someone, I mean, I know camera stuff more than the average person. All the wide shots, it just felt like a GoPro. It felt at times it felt like a MasterCard commercial. And some of the stuff, some of the action, I think would have been better shown with more like of a perspective, like maybe shots aimed up, especially when they're flying around in the air. I think with the camera kind of flying around and being floaty, I think kind of takes away from like the awe-ness of like a superhero. I think the kind of the civilian perspective is always something I like to see in a superhero movie. And Marvel has lacked that here recently as well. So it's not, it's a common problem at this point for me. The only one that I will say is the only shot that I liked where it really worked well was the Mr. Terrific stuff when they're going into the Pocket Universe with Lois and they're in like that bubble that he makes with his terrific machines or bots or whatever. That whole sequence is awesome. Honestly, the standout character for me, obviously, Mr. Terrific. He was awesome. I hope he gets his own movie. I don't know if he has enough substance to get his own movie.
There's a rumor floating around. Now, I don't know if it's substantiated in any way, but that there's plans for a TV show centered around him.
That would be awesome. I would be down for that.
So I don't know if
I
that's
think
true.
for me, he about stole the show. Mr. Terrific. I mean, he did a really good job.
No, yeah.
The only part that I slightly disagree with is that, like, even though that little bubble scene is very cool and he's like flying around doing his thing, I just think they should have slowed it down slightly because there was a lot where I was like,
A lot going on.
Yeah,
No, I
just a lot.
totally-
But
I agree
I
with
think that was by design, just like,
to show like
hey, this is so easy. You know, like we're
Yeah.
not slowing down for anything. He's just walking and people are dying.
We're
You know
doing
what I mean?
This though, this is a James Gunn movie. Like that scene right there was Yondu with the arrow.
Yeah, very
and this all the other stuff, like all the quippy jokes and like the music, and like that was the last thing I expected from a Superman movie was contemporary music. I was just kind of took me out of it at times, but other times it elevated the scene. So I, rather than just a typical score, like an orchestral or just something else.
I think, well, so James Gunn is like kind of known for his secondary characters like really coming to fruition, right? And so I think that we didn't see anything different here. I mean,
Yeah.
Guy Gardner was great. Mr. Terrific was fantastic.
Yeah, no, I'm getting it.
Hawk Girl was great.
I really, really liked the opening sequence. I knew kind of going in, we had kind of heard rumblings that this was going to be like a throw you in the mix, get ready, just hold on for the ride type movie. And I was kind of wondering how they would launch it, especially we've talked about it a lot before, show don't tell. And they did a lot of telling at the beginning, especially with the words. But I thought it worked really, really well because it built up this tension and threw you right in the mix, but you didn't feel like you were behind. I thought it worked really, really well. I mean, just the score kind of builds, and then he, 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 hours, 3 minutes, whatever. I thought that was all really, really cool. And then at the end of that, boom, he hits the ice. Crypto shows up. I mean, we've seen that scene already. That was the first long clip that that goes back to they show way too much before the movie.
Yep.
Already saw that. But it was redeeming or I felt better about it because it was the first scene that we saw. And then I knew there was a lot of other stuff, obviously, that was coming that we hadn't seen yet. I am indifferent about Crypto. I don't know how I feel quite yet. There were times where I thought he worked really well. There were other times where I was like, this is pretty fucking cheesy. And I know I'm gonna get fucking roasted by all the dog people, but I think that's almost why he included him in this movie, because
People think he's
if
so
it's
cute.
a bad movie, they still have there's a dog in it and he's awesome. And
Well, it's the same thing for me with like Dolores and Jurassic Park. Can you imagine how many plushies
Yeah.
they're gonna sell?
oh, absolutely,
They're gonna sell a fuckload of Crypto plushies.
Oh God, I can't imagine what Halloween's gonna look like with anyone with a white dog.
Yeah.
Anyone with a dog.
Oh, I got a white dog.
Yeah, you do.
I'm Superman.
You got a 3-legged dog.
Okay.
It doesn't actually have 3 legs.
To be determined. Jury's out. I like the Clark, Kansas roots thing. I thought Mom, Pa, Kent were pretty okay. There were times, though, where it was pretty on the nose for who I think he was throwing some shade at.
Yeah.
They sounded pretty dumb at times.
Yeah.
And to be fair, whatever. In the middle of fucking Kansas. No offense, Kansas City Chiefs people. Actually, fuck you. Superman felt heroic again, like saving. I know it's like a minor thing, but he saved people, and I thought that was cool. And they really worked that into a pretty emotional point in the movie. I would say the climax at that point, when he's in the pocket universe, in the prison cells. I mean, we're gonna go. We've gone spoilers so far, but I'm gonna go big time spoilers here. When he shoots that guy that he knows, didn't see that coming at all. When Lex straight up murders the guy.
I love that it went to a wide angle shot for that. I thought that was very good.
I saw something on Twitter. A guy got Nicholas Holt's that photo. There's in the trailer leading up, he spins it and then throws one of these up, like cowboy style.
Yeah.
Or James Bond or whatever. He got that frame signed by Nicholas Holt, and then he's like, "Check this out, guys!" Right, and then quote tweets, he's like, "Damn, probably wouldn't have got this signed had I known what he does immediately after."
Immediately after that.
Yeah. So, but And good segue into Lex. I thought Lex was great. I'm really kind of surprised that you didn't like him. I thought he was.
I think he was a fun character.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he was a good Lex Luthor.
Now, I think you might think differently if you. Now, I haven't. To be fair, I haven't read the comic books either. But from what I've read, he is a lot more comic accurate than.
I'm not,
other
and this isn't to say that
so.
Jesse Eisenberg was a good Lex Luthor either. I don't think Jesse was a good Lex. I think Jesse is a great actor, and I think he played Lex to the best of his ability. But I just think they keep putting like scrawny little guys in this role.
But is he not in the comics?
No,
Like that's
he's a towering, massive man. I mean, typically, he's very, very. The whole point is he's extremely intelligent. He's a really smart guy, and usually you see him in like some kind of a mech costume or something, like doing whatever he's doing. It for me, it just kind of took it out for me a little bit, and also the fact that he was just like so like he's upset that people like Superman more than him.
Oh, it's everything is fueled in jealousy.
Yeah, he's the world's greatest hater. I mean, damn, he's killing it.
But what I liked about him, and we didn't really see that. Like the last time we've seen Lex Luthor was Jesse Eisenberg, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was just that kind of like quippy, weird, kind of like almost a psycho. I mean, he's definitely a psycho. I think
played
in
him
pretty much any iteration, but like he played it like a creepy psycho.
Jesse played him sarcastic and kind of funny.
Almost like a Roman, like Succession psycho.
Yeah. Whereas Nicholas Hoult played him extremely intelligent and just hell bent on
Well, that was my point. Is I like to see how smart he was. Like he was like all the Pocket Universe stuff, but then proceeded to tear apart the world anyway, just to kill Superman or try to kill Superman. What was the name of the guy that could grow the stuff on his hands?
Oh, he's supposed to be
Metamorpho, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Metamorphosis.
Okay. Did we hear his name at all?
I don't think so.
I don't believe they say it, but he's Metamorphosis.
When he first spoke, his voice was so jarring.
Yeah.
He was just some dude.
Just some guy.
Yeah, and it threw me off. I expected like a really deep kind of like modulated.
It is Metamorpho, sorry.
And yeah, he wasn't. He just sounded like some dude.
I wanted to see more of the freaky looking dude that
Also,
drove the thing. What was his
Yeah,
name?
dude,
He looked
like-
creepy,
Yeah,
dude. What is his name?
Have you seen Barry? By the way?
Was it Mr. Handsome?
Barry. Oh yeah.
That's who played him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now you see it.
Say his name. I can't think.
Yeah,
I can't see it.
Anthony Kerrigan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Barry.
Mr. Handsome was
Barry.
the alien's name.
Man.
Mr.
Well, he looks
Handsome.
like Slender Man.
Yeah,
He
he's
has
handsome.
some creepy.
Yeah, I liked
Anyways,
it.
Metamorpho is voiced by Anthony Kerrigan, which plays a fantastic character on Barry. Essentially, he's like, I don't even
Is he
remember.
like Lithuanian or something?
Yeah,
like
he's
that?
like
Yeah.
he's a gay Lithuanian like mobster, and it's hilarious in the show. It's great.
Yeah, his character's awesome.
Yeah.
I really like the Daily Planet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we haven't been in especially in the last DCU stuff. At this point, are we in a new DCU?
Yeah.
There's a lot of confusion online or in our comment section. People are they're like, you made a comment in the last clip that we posted. We haven't had a Batman yet. We just got a Superman, and everyone's like, what do you mean we haven't had a Batman yet? We've had 12 of them. They're like, in this new iteration.
Yeah.
What's so hard to
If
follow?
you're gonna comment, don't be stupid, TikTok. But so technically, Superman is not the first thing though. Okay, so strap in. Okay, so there's been 3 things before this that are technically part of the new DCU.
So Peacemaker, right?
Peacemaker, both seasons except for the part where they talk about the Justice League, which is part of, I don't know. There's some part where they talk about the Justice League, which apparently
In Peacemaker?
which apparently
Yeah, there's only one season though,
yeah.
isn't there?
Is
there 2 seasons of Peacemaker?
Season 2's coming out.
Yeah. Okay.
But
You're right.
yeah, but so you have to ignore
It's the
that
very
scene,
last
which
scene.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to ignore that scene. Okay, so that's technically and then you have
I think they're gonna explain it away with like Pocket Universes.
maybe, but so then you also have Creature Commandos, which was a animated show.
Yep.
I think it's a show, right?
Yeah, you're right. I misspoke.
And then also Blue Beetle is technically in the new.
Is it
DCU.
really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that movie.
Yep. So I
Aggressively
haven't
fine.
not seen that, so I may need to go back and see that.
So it would look like that James Gunn's DCU takes place on Earth 0, which is Prime Earth. There's plenty of different. It's the same multiverse thing that Marvel's got going on, and that's essentially in the comics. That's where what do they call it? Like Ultraman or something, or in the movie, what's his name? The clone of Superman.
Oh, Ultraman.
Ultraman, yeah. So essentially, in the comics, Ultraman is an alternate reality Superman that is raised ever so slightly different, and he becomes a villain for the Syndicate.
I should correct myself technically. Okay, so the Blue Beetle character is definitely part of the new DCU. There is questionability whether the Blue Beetle movie itself is actually canon. It's like a vague gray area.
Yeah.
So my guess is they'll just ignore they'll ignore it, but to me, it'll be part of my head canon.
I think they should.
If they're going to show the character.
While I liked the movie, it felt a lot of times during like a Nickelodeon movie, which, take it or leave it.
Yeah. James Gunn's not taking any credit for this movie, if that makes sense, but we very well may see the character.
Well, there's been sorry, go ahead.
Let me wrap mine up.
Yep.
Okay, thoughts in a bottle. I really liked this one. I really liked Superman. I didn't think I was going to. I didn't want to. I definitely set myself up to be a victim of my own expectations, but it exceeded my poor expectations. It was real. I really had a good time. I laughed a lot. I cared about the characters, which is not something that happens often anymore. Everything seems very throwaway, especially in the last DCU stuff, especially honestly with a lot of the Marvel stuff that's come out. I really, really like this movie though.
Yeah.
Some of the problems though that I had, the movie is called Superman. For a solo movie, I feel like he should have had a lot more solo time. I do understand though. See, a lot of my problems with the movies though are explained away, and I kind of agree with the explanation. I just wish they would have done it differently. I wish that Superman would have had more time by himself and it be a true, DCU origin film. But I was fine with thrown in the mix, and I was fine with the explanation for all these extra characters, ancillary, like you're saying. I like that they were there. I wish there was less of them. I wish they were more Easter eggy rather than like actually, giving anything to the plot. Because I thought it took away. Like I said, it's like the movie is a Superman movie, and Superman had a lot of help. If that makes sense.
No, he did. I mean, essentially, he was saved every like major encounter that he was in. He was saved. And to bring up your like the Pluto the dog thing, or Crypto the dog, Pluto. Sorry, Crypto. I don't like hate the dog. I just think that they use it as a plot device too many times.
Yeah.
To where it's like, okay, Superman he's faster than a speeding bullet. He's the strongest man alive, and yet he can't pull himself out of like a little river.
All right, I got a clip of a moment here. Okay, So I really like Superman. Superman, good movie.
Yeah.
Crypto may as well have been an Uber. Okay, he dragged Superman home. Mr. Terrific flew on him at one point. He was fine. He added to the story, kind of.
I mean, at the end of the day, you better tip him and give him a 5-star review.
Yeah, I might report him.
Report him.
Yeah, he's he's a shithead. Yeah, he's terrible.
He's a terrible dog.
He's definitely a menace.
Yeah,
terrible.
Which is what we call my puppy. We always call him a menace.
Oh, yeah.
This dog is a true menace. Like that, Crypto is a bad dog.
I stand on business when I say Crypto was in the movie to get general audiences nice popcorn scores.
Now, I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Hey, you want to quit fucking with your mic?
Yeah, please stop doing that. You finger it every week.
Quit fingering your mic. Sorry to pull us out of this.
Anyways, my question was
10 minutes.
Now Crypto is Supergirl's dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that okay? So is that in the comics too? It's not Superman's dog. It's always Supergirl's.
It goes back and forth, but it's mostly Supergirl.
That was my other problem. I did not like the Supergirl stuff at the end.
I got to be honest. I about jumped out of my seat when I saw her.
Yeah, but you just like Millie Alcock. I do too. She's great. I didn't like that she was.
How dare you say anything bad about Millie Alcock?
I don't like that she was just drunk, stumbling around.
But
I did like his he's like, well, that's why he doesn't fucking behave. There's no that's not a word.
Accountability.
There's no accountability.
but
Yeah, where's his accountability buddy at?
So yes, it seems strange, but I guess that's like it's leading into the story. Like that's actually part of the next story.
It's just they took they danced on the line of serious the whole movie. That just at the end was like, come on. Like
to me that was just an end credit scene that they wanted to make sure everybody saw. So they put it
that was
into the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I see what
you're saying.
What I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's separate from the movie to me. But they just wanted to make sure everybody saw it. So they put it right before the end credits.
The other thing, where'd they get all this baby footage? Half the time they're all three in the frame. Who's filming? Where are they getting this Ma and Pa Kent baby footage from?
I think it's all AI.
And also, why is it 4K resolution?
It's all AI generated. They just asked ChatGPT to help
They
them
have
out.
robots.
They all have Grok.
Yeah. So I do have two things that my wife brought up. Okay, I'd like to bring that up if we're.
I know, ladies and gentlemen, I am also shocked. He is married.
I'd like to point out I am the only one that's married. So if that tells you anything, like
give me a couple months here.
But anyways, so the first part that I had a little bit of concern for the just general population of moviegoers, right, that go to see Superman. We're like 20 minutes in.
Warm bodies.
And Jenny goes, should I have watched the first one of these? So I guess to her, it felt like we were actually being thrown into a movie that like almost that had a prequel already. Because I don't think she's seen any Superman movies. So she was kind of like just completely confuzzled for the first.
To be fair though, this is the same woman that was confused that Robert Pattinson was Batman, and then she thought it was Ben Affleck when we watched the Batman.
Okay.
So don't take it too seriously.
I have an answer.
But these are like
I have an answer now.
That's another thing that like people are confused about.
That's fair.
One second, and we can go back to this. But I have an answer as to why Robert Pattinson is not in the DCU. Continue.
Let's save that for discussion.
I mean, yeah, for sure. There's reasons for that, right? But
it's a glaring problem.
Okay, bring it up real quick.
It's a time frame issue. Robert Pattinson is Batman as like a boy essentially. Like it's his first year. It's his first year one, year two Batman.
Technically,
and
yeah.
This is 3 years since metahumans existed, and Batman existed far before any of the metahumans even came to fruition. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So it's literally a timing problem.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, thank you. But back to the other thing.
That was such a like that. Shut up.
No, that wasn't like that was genuinely something I brought up last week. So
no, absolutely, and people in the comments too.
I thought about it halfway through the movie, and I was like, this feels like it's set like now, and Batman felt like it was set in like the 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out, I think that a lot of people thought this was going to be, especially with some of the James Gunn comments before the movie came out, like right before, like a week ago, that this was going to be pretty politically charged. I really didn't get those vibes really at all.
I didn't either.
Maybe you could loosely, put some like Middle East
towards the
geopolitics in the end, like with the I'm invading you, you're invading me. Who's in the right? This government's backing you. Like I don't really care.
I think I don't know if he did that on purpose, but I also think that James Gunn's a little bit of a shit stirrer.
Oh yeah, he likes to stir the pot.
Yeah, and so I think he might have done that on purpose.
Weekly Planet guys pointed out that maybe Superman in this movie is a mirror or to James Gunn's own life, where he was canceled, cast aside, and then a big redemption. Now he runs DC.
Oh, a little beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, I can't take full credits for that. I can't take any credit for that, but I don't necessarily disagree. If the shoe fits, I guess.
The other thing Jenny loved.
Wait, let me finish. I haven't ranked my movie. Go ahead. Finish.
The other thing Jenny loved was...
Don't make him start yelling. He'll start jumping.
I'll do it.
I prepped him before.
The other thing, I'm not promising anybody anything. If we get heated, we get heated. But the other thing Jenny loved about the movie was when they switched the photos of his parents to be like his
the soothing thing.
Earth
Yeah.
family. Yeah. She like audibly gasped and then cried. So like that hits with the female audience apparently. So
Anyone
All right,
with a
so-
heart.
yeah.
Finish your
Let me
thing, and then I'm going to go to
Gosh,
this thing.
Yeah, okay. All right. I liked the movie. I definitely had problems with it. Some of the problems I've already talked about at length. So I'm going to rank it here. I'm going Superman for me was a 7-4.
Wow, you went up 0.1 since we
Did
started.
I?
Yeah.
This
You
is the
started
points,
at,
man.
I think you started at 8-2 yesterday, didn't you?
No.
No?
Oh,
Never
we
mind.
could work this man up to a 9, no problem. He's easily swayed.
What can you say?
No.
I can be bought.
Okay, so to go over to Jenny's first point here, I think that skipping all that time was a huge risk, and I really liked that he did it. It was my favorite part of this movie, I think, is that when you look at how many Batman have we had? How many
Like 12.
Spider-Man have we had? How many Supermen have we had? You effectively lose 45 minutes to an hour of whatever the first movie is of the trilogy, right? To building the backstory, and it's like, God damn it, we know. Just do the thing.
Uncle Ben dies. We know.
We got it. Okay. And so James Gunn, which I think James Gunn's a fantastic director. I mean, his filmography is pretty impressive. At this point, he said you're not going to see origin stories like that moving forward. You're just not going to see it. If it's already a pretty established character, it's just we're not going to see Batman's dad and mom and dad die. We're not going to see the pearls getting ripped for the 18th time on screen. You know what I mean? Whereas with Superman, look, we get it. I don't want to see Superman as a kid. I don't really need to see him lifting a truck off of his dad. I don't need, we don't need any of that. So I really liked it, but that's only because I think that he made the creative decision to assume that most of his audience are aware of what Superman is.
I would agree.
And
oh, wait.
I want to clarify. I completely agree with you. My concern is just for like movie-going audiences who aren't as into these kind of movies that go out to see Superman.
Steven
that there
Spielberg
is
said
that
it-
concern.
Steven Spielberg said, and I quote, that if your audience leaves wanting more, you've done your job. And if they leave feeling like, I've got it, then you've kind of failed, right? And so if Jenny left the theater thinking, well, now I just need to go back and watch something else because I need to see the origin, then that kind of does the job. Right?
I mean, but there's also the like. I think that the confusion is a concern. Like starting the movie and not knowing what's going on.
Can she not read?
No, okay. Now we're bashing my wife on the podcast. That's crazy.
Yeah,
but
how many words
no,
per minute does she type?
No, I couldn't tell you. But I think she was just like, it felt like everyone had knew each other, which we knew going in that it was going to feel like that. But I think the concern is that some people probably didn't anticipate that as much, if that makes sense.
That's fair.
But I think it worked it out towards the end. Like, I think eventually everything was settled, but there is just that, like, confusion that could pop up for
Yeah,
I
people.
agree. Yeah, I thought the movie's good. Lance thought the movie's good. Is this the first movie that we watched where we all three agree that it was good?
I think it was the first
No,
one.
That can't be.
I
That we watched together?
and we have all three seen for the pod.
Oh, let's go back.
No, we don't have to do that.
I'm
We're pretty far in here. All right, we do have some discussion questions.
Well,
to
wait
get
a
into
second.
this.
I have one conspiracy about this
Well,
that I
okay.
think will lead
Well,
us
my
into
first,
the next
Well,
one.
my first discussion was related to this movie that I don't have written down.
And okay,
It's
you
also
say your
your
discussion, and then I'm gonna lead it into.
That's fine.
I
Okay,
thought.
so it's obvious that James Gunn has the reins of the DCU at this point, whatever we want to call it. He directed 5 out of the 8 episodes of Peacemaker Season 1. He did Suicide Squad, and now has directed Superman. He is this co-CEO of DC Studios at this point, or something like that, right?
I don't know what the title is. But yeah.
He's one of the
king,
heads.
He's King Dick at DC.
He's king in DC right now.
Yeah.
Is the assumption that he's going to start handing off some of these reins to other directors as we go
there's
forward?
projects.
So
with
my
different
question
directors.
then is, are we going to get this? So, like, I mean, all 3 of those projects that I've just mentioned are looked upon favorably by majority of people. Are we going to lose quality, or is he going to have that? Do you think he's going to have sort of the last I make these decisions. So I'm kind of butchering here. My question is, are they going to start having the same problems that Marvel has where directors come in and feel boxed in, feel like they can't leave their mark on this movie, on this script, make directing changes that they wouldn't otherwise have been, or that am I
So I get
sense?
the feeling, yeah, you're making sense. I get the feeling that I think that James Gunn, like we just talked about, I think James Gunn is a little bit of a shit stirrer, right? But I don't think, I think that somebody, if he brought in another director, let me start over. I think that James Gunn is a very good director. I don't think that James Gunn is incredible at sticking to like the story, for instance. But I do think that he's really good at like writing good characters and making a good story. So I feel like if a director came in and said, "Here's my direction that I want to go with," and as long as he argued a good point, I think that James Gunn would probably be like, "Yeah, I could see it. Let's make that happen." Whereas I don't think that it's going to be totally under James Gunn control.
I'm wondering if does he take a step back and take more of a Kevin Feige role rather than a director role? Because like right now it feels he's doing both.
Has Kevin Feige ever directed anything? Or
I know he's been a
producer for a long
producer
time.
forever.
Yeah, but I think now we actually kind of have a little bit of an interesting dynamic where the effective Kevin Feige of DC in James Gunn is a very good director and writer and has been for a long time, and now he's in like direct control of this new universe.
Yeah, he's got the wheel.
Yeah.
And I'm curious where we steer, or does he pass the wheel?
I'm just worried.
I don't think. I mean, why would he stop? Right? I think we're gonna see a position where he's continuing to direct the movies that he feels passionately about, right? And those other things, like let's say Supergirl, right? It has a different director, but I'm sure he's gonna be working hand in hand with James Gunn because it's not as a Kevin Feige role. So I think it's not, to me, it's not a one or the other. It's a combination, right? And I think good news for James Gunn is he seems like someone, like right now to me it feels, now this is purely speculation, but it feels like Kevin Feige is kind of burnt out, right? Like there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of things he's been doing for a long time, right? To me it feels like James Gunn, he's just this full lover of comic books where I think that he's going to relish in this idea of hearing everybody's stories, perfecting things. And I think that it's going to, at least for a while, right? He's going to love to be a director on things that he cares about, but he's going to love to work with these other directors on their passion projects as well.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think that James Gunn, like I said, I think he made a pretty good movie here. But he loves comic books, but he's admitted to like, I mean, he didn't understand anything about the Infinity Stones when he wrote Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think that he wrote and directed a great Superman movie, or a good Superman movie, but he wasn't really accurate to what Superman actually is. I still, after seeing the movie, I don't think James Gunn understands what Superman is as a character. I don't think he gets it. I think he made a good movie and wrote it well.
Here's the problem with the comic book Superman that I've always had, which is why I enjoyed this Superman so much more. No one wants to see a man without flaws for 2 hours just solve everybody's problems.
Well, no.
It's not fun to watch if you don't root for a man who has no flaws and has no weaknesses. You just can't. That's
not Superman in the comics. He has flaws and he's got weakness.
Well,
but he's more serious and he's a little bit stoic.
I think what you're saying is right though, because I totally agree. So that right there's the difference between Man of Steel Superman and this Superman. The Man of Steel was like all his problems were emotional. Like, should I kill this guy? Should I not kill this guy? At what point do I just let Earth deal with their own problems?
Yeah.
And then this one is like he had physical limitations. He had like there was never really a time where I thought that like Man of Steel Superman was a tank. This Superman, there really wasn't a time where I thought. There was a lot more times where I thought, man, Superman might not make it out of this, and we knew that immediately. He said, I mean, the opening credit or opening text stuff was like he just lost his first battle.
Yeah, got beat to a fucking pulp immediately.
Yeah, bones broken. You know, needed help getting back to the Fortress of Solitude, which I thought was cool.
Well, I mean, he got his ass whooped by, I mean, admittedly a clone of himself, so I get that. But the engineer, I mean, she caught up to him in mid-flight. This guy's faster than a speeding bullet. right? Caught up to him in a mid-flight and yanked him out of the sky effectively.
But again, right?
What are we doing here?
No, but again, you're missing that point that he's showing. Like, yeah, this isn't comic book accurate Superman, but it's for a reason, right? Like, if he could fly as fast as he wanted to whenever and no one can ever catch him, what's the point? There's no. Like, if he's just so much better than literally everybody else on the planet, there's no threats to him. Like, you have to change
Yeah, I think the
Superman.
problem with the character is the comics at this point. Like,
You have to go after the things that Superman loves. You can't just beat Superman. That's the way you beat Superman.
No, but that
to
doesn't.
be fair, though, we've seen that already.
Yeah, that's what every iteration of Superman is, right? So doing something different and letting us see something different just makes, like, sure, it's not comic book accurate. Who cares? You're trying to make a good movie. You're not trying to make a good comic book.
And I agree. I think he made a good movie. I just don't think it was very accurate to the
right, and that's fine.
I think
But to
both,
me,
and
it
they're not
doesn't
mutually
matter.
exclusive. They can both be correct.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, I think you could argue that I think you can argue that he fully understands the character. He just chose to not do that because you're so limited then.
One thing that I almost agree with. I think I might agree with you there. I mean, because he did say, he's like, well, why not just create God-Man? And then, he'll never lose. And he just blinks his eyes.
There's no tension. There's no stakes. There's and honestly, I thought at many points during the movie, there was lots of tension and lots of stakes, especially in the Pocket universe. I mean, honestly, whenever he was, like, you felt a certain level of that right off the get. Like, when he's I've said the only problem quite a few times at this point, but one of the other problems that I had is his scream is terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Don't like that at all. I think I leaned over to you in the theater and I was like, it's fucking cringe, man. It's whatever, but it did pretty well. What is even the word? It accurately portrayed, like, the stakes. The he's injured. Like, there was no question that he was in pain. And you don't really get that in any of the other, I'm the craziest, most powerful thing in the universe, Superman. Anyway,
what
was your discussion point, Zach?
Yeah, so, like, just one creative thing that I wanted to go with that I thoroughly didn't like this part of the movie was Superman's at the very first scene is that he got taken back to the Fortress of Solitude, and the robots played him the message from his parents. It soothes him, okay? And they make a really big point to say that, like, it was damaged in the delivery of him to Earth, so we only got half of it. And then somehow they manage to they break in. Lex Luthor breaks in with his little posse. They find the rest of the message, and then they play it, right? You've come to find out that Jor-El, Superman's dad, says your job on Earth is to lord over them and create a harem of other super beings and rule over the Earthlings to be better than them, right? I think it was falsified by either Lex fixed it somehow to make it say that to essentially make Superman have a crash out, or that's going to be the way that we get General Zod into this franchise, is that you find out that, like, General Zod tampered with that video recording to make Superman lose it or something.
So that kind of puts me, I know we're really in was that your discussion?
That was the only thing I didn't like about it, really.
I
don't have a discussion topic. I just don't like it.
No, I don't disagree with you. I thought it was kind of,
yeah.
I thought it was it was a plot device for sure.
Yep.
But of all the ones that you could have chosen, I don't know, I just thought that was kind of weird. No, I don't agree. All right, I do agree. What I am very confused about, though, is, like, it's well established at this point there's other heroes, there's other metahumans, and he's the only one who escaped Krypton. Like, that's, like, the origin, right?
Yeah.
He's the Man of Steel. They put the Cryptex in him and whatever, the Codex, and then he ship him off to Earth. Same with this one. Where's his cousin come from?
That I don't know.
That was kind of my other problem.
I know that I'm pretty sure there's more than one.
That's probably also just something not mentioned. Like, we'll probably get that.
I'm sure
in
we'll
hers,
get it, but,
you
like,
know?
it was just,
I could probably find out where she comes from.
For being in the movie, it was just a little bit confusing to me. I don't know. Can't wait to find out. I'm sure it will be explained.
My guess is just, like, when their world started crumbling, they shipped her off somewhere different.
Maybe
and
she
then
was
they
partying.
Found each other. So, but do we want to go on to a few
Let's
true
do
or
it.
falses?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get deep in the weeds today. Let's get a little messy today.
Are these the only two that you have?
I've got a third one.
You do have a third? Okay.
Yep.
All right,
Yep,
cool.
yep. Let's get a
And
little.
make sure you're like
Yeah.
at the beginning of each.
Absolutely. All right. True or false? If the Fantastic Four is a failure, the MCU will be in worse shape than Star Wars.
Oh, then Star Wars.
It's a tough topic.
You know what? I have the answer here. I think that it is false, but only because people are absolutely indifferent about Star Wars at this point. I think people really care about Star Wars, and we want to see it be as good as it's possible, like as it possibly can be. But at this point, Disney is releasing dog shit after dog shit after dog shit, and we've been living in this existence for a while now, and we kind of just 50-50 shot. Will it be good? I couldn't tell you. So I think that Marvel has another 4 or 5 like failures in them before they get to the level of like indifference, because that's the worst thing you could have is I don't care if the Grogu movie is bad or not. I don't care. I'm indifferent about it.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Grogu's going to be awesome.
there is a certain level of perpetual like never going to agree with the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I do think it is false. I think that Fantastic Four. One, I don't think Fantastic Four is going to bomb, and I think it's going to be pretty well received. I think this is the most heart and had the best cinematography we've seen in a while, especially from a Marvel movie. Or comparing it to other Marvel movies. I'm gonna go false. I don't think that the Fantastic Four is going to be in worse shape than Star Wars I butchered it. I'm gonna go false. I don't think that Marvel is going to be in worse shape than Star Wars if Fantastic Four fails, and I think that's just because I agree with you, Zach. I think that
let me clarify your statement after here. Finish this.
I think that Star Wars, no one is ever going to be okay with what they put out, but they still make money.
If I'll add this to it. If Fantastic Four fails, and we get our first bad Spider-Man, and we see Doomsday and Secret Wars all bomb, then yes, we'll be in a way worse spot than
Frick. I gotta redo mine then.
I'm actually gonna go with true. I do think that if Fantastic Four bombs, the MCU will be in worse shape than Star Wars, and here's why. Right? You mentioned indifference, which I think is a big thing, right? You're going to go watch Grogu, I would assume, right? And a lot of Star Wars fans are still going to watch these things, right? They may be indifferent about them, but they're still watching a Star Wars movie when it comes out. They probably won't enjoy it, but they're going to go out and watch it. You mentioned that there's nothing worse than indifference. I disagree with that. I think that if we get another bad Fantastic Four movie, another bad MCU movie after all the failures that we've had, right? MCU fans aren't going to feel indifferent. They're going to be angry because we've seen so many good movies in the past that now we've just on this crap train, right? We're going to see people that are actively angry about these movies. Now, it may not show up in the next movie because we have Doomsday, right? So a lot of these people are still going to come out for Doomsday, but they are not going to be so some of the stuff that's coming out, people just aren't going to go to. If they don't have faith in the second Shang-Chi movie, they're not going to go, right? Because there's so many more Marvel movies than we have Star Wars movies, right? If we have 3 Marvel movies a year and people don't really enjoy them, 3 movies is a lot harder to swallow on a pocketbook than 1 Star Wars movie every 3 years, right?
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
So I just don't think that if these movies are bad and they're still putting out so many of them, the fatigue is going to hit a lot faster than they do with Star Wars movies. So
I don't know if it'll hit faster, but I think that it'll be the same for me. So, like, for instance, after the new trilogy, the new Rey trilogy, and then we started getting just bad TV show after bad TV show, I just lost interest. Where I would see a new trailer come out, and I'm like, I don't trust it anymore.
Okay.
I don't want to even watch and be disappointed.
This one's hard to answer. I'm going to go false, but both are Disney properties at this point. So I don't know. I think like the management styles of these IPs are, I think they're kind of walking the same path. The last 3 have not been well received for Star Wars. The shows are feeling phoned in, with the exception of Andor. And honestly, that's kind of how Marvel is right now. Everything has felt pretty lackluster, except for we've had Thunderbolts. We're on the upswing.
We're on the upswing for us as viewers, but
yes,
from a box office standpoint, we're still
I agree with that. But I think that people are now, they're like, oh, okay, Thunderbolts is pretty good. I'm going to go. I think their interest has peaked with that end scene. This is the first end scene in a long time that has actually, we're going to see a direct payoff. And in the next movie, that used to be pretty common. And now that we've talked about it before, we've had 6+ end credit scenes that have had no payoff, no even mention of any circumstances that they've like set up. Yeah, I'm going to go. Okay. I think I'm going to go false. I think that at this point, maybe the brand is too big to be in worse shape than Star Wars. I think that Star Wars is in a perpetual state of just bleh now.
Let me bring up one like really troubling statistic that came out, which is Captain America: Brand New World or Brave New World, whatever. It was like the top streaming for a while. And that's significant because that means that all those people that decided not to go to the movie theater just waited to see it on Disney Plus. And that is a really troubling thing for Disney, especially for Marvel specifically, with like, look, you've got a fan base that are willing to give you $20 a month, but not willing to give you $20 to go see a movie in theaters because they don't trust you anymore. You've taken the thing that they love and you've shit on it, essentially.
I agree. All right, Lance, hit us with the next one.
True or false? Tony Gilroy should be the new head of Lucasfilm.
I'm going to go, I know, man, gosh. I'm going to go false.
Okay.
I think you were probably thinking I was going to say true. I think that Tony Gilroy is the reason that Rogue One was good. I think that Tony Gilroy obviously is the reason that Andor was so fantastic. I think that for those exact reasons, though, I think he would be bad as the head of Star Wars because those, especially Andor, feel so unlike the rest of Star Wars. And I just don't think that would be good for the overall health of Star Wars. But I think that is why those two properties stand out so much because they are so unlike Star Wars. I don't know, but as I'm saying that, though, Rogue One is the most Star Wars feeling thing we've had since the original trilogy. Man, I don't know. This is so tough.
I've got an answer.
Go
and
ahead.
I think it's the same problem that we're about to see with DC, where you take a great director like James Gunn and you put him in the side seat, like kind of running the show now, but you then lose a really good director to bring your audience back for these like the big banger movies, right? So you've got Tony Gilroy. Everyone's going to watch the next thing that Tony Gilroy does for Star Wars because we all know that Andor was incredible, except for this guy. But
Andor season 2 was really good.
Really good. Okay.
I agree. Andor season 1 was
no.
not. But Andor season 1
But my
was
point
fantastic.
is that like you've got Tony Gilroy who certified bangers coming out of this guy, right? He knows it. He gets his shit. He's a great writer and he's a great director. What I think you need at the helm for Star Wars is someone that really understands characters and motivations, and they can weave these stories together. And so I'm going to say false, and I know who I want to run Star Wars. I think you give it to Sam Witwer.
Oh, what a poll, dude.
I
think he could do great.
When you talk about a guy that like lives and breathes Star Wars, he is deep into the lore. He understands every single character, every character's motivation, and I think that he would be able to right the ship essentially and say, okay, let's bring it back to reality.
Basically,
Let's make these characters actually mean something to the people that are going to watch them, rather than just like nonsense cash grabs, which is literally on what's on your shirt right now.
Is this the Sam Witwer we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, Force Unleashed guy.
Force
and then
Unleashed,
he also
Maul.
voices Maul.
Okay, so
if you've ever listened to him talk, this dude loves Star Wars and knows everything about it.
Okay, here's where I would fall as why, before I get to my Tony Gilroy, Sam Witwer for me, non-starter. And here's why, okay? He has 2 producing credits in his entire career.
See,
and
that's
no
almost
directing
that's why I
credit.
think you give it to him. It's like you get it. It's well known you give power to those who don't want it, because then they'll rule with the most.
No, but
with the least like prejudice.
here's the issue. You
If he's
don't
not-
have any experience making movies. If you don't have any, because here's the
They don't
truth.
need a movie maker. They need a decision maker. They need people to be like, "That's stupid. We're not going to do that."
Oh,
they need
sorry,
someone.
I didn't know Star Wars was about making decisions and not making movies and TV
No,
shows.
I'm telling you how it is. They need. They
what
need,
are they doing? Playing rock paper scissors up there? No, it's
Fuck,
about making
dude,
them,
the
it's
last
about
10,
making them
the last
deploy,
10 things
man.
they put out, yeah, they're fucking. They don't know what they're
You
doing.
can't throw a guy like this in. Sorry, you just can't.
No,
sure,
but-
you put him on staff. You make
Kathleen
him a producer,
Kennedy has
that's
been
fine.
head of it for what 15 years now.
Yeah.
And
Since the beginning.
and like she's been involved since the beginning.
I'm
Like,
not
essentially
saying
what Kathleen
Kathleen
Kennedy is-
I'm
essentially
not
what
saying
Kathleen-
anything about Kathleen Kennedy.
I'm saying no. I'm giving. She's a producer. She's a movie maker, and I think that is the reason that you need someone else. Like
No.
that's why I don't want Jon Favreau, and that's why I don't want Cowboy Hat. Why can't I think of his name? Dave Filoni.
I think at this point
that
you
Sam
need-
Witwer would be incredible. I think that's a great cast.
Look, I think.
I completely disagree because
Well, no, but hear me out.
Okay, I'll hear you out.
So you got Kathleen Kennedy, who, okay, has she had a couple things under her belt that have went pretty okay? Yeah, I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. However, there are some things that I don't absolutely
Rogue
hate.
One and Andor. No,
Rogue
One
off
and
the
Andor.
top of your head.
Fine, that's great. Star Wars story or
Solo?
Solo was great. I liked Solo.
Thank
okay,
you, Ron Howard.
but I think what she does as the head of Lucasfilms, she is essentially making decisions all day long. She's saying yes or no to people bringing her nonstop scripts. That's what she's doing, and she's saying yes to this and no to that. And
She's a filter.
She's exactly, and so she's trying to put together this timeline of the movies and things coming out, and just not doing a good job of it because you're
Well,
losing.
you lost me a little bit. I don't think that she's not. She's obviously where the buck stops, but they do have people in place. Pablo Hidalgo for a long time was like their continuity guy. I don't know if he still is or not. It's been a while since I've checked.
No idea.
I think you need someone to keep this stuff straight, and I think that Sam Witwer can be an excellent decision maker and an excellent keep the stuff straight guy.
I'm fine with putting him as.
I was gonna say, would you
something
at
else.
least give me Sam Witwer with like head of creative direction or something?
I think head of creative's too big, too broad. I do think something like you
I think
mentioned
this is
Pablo
this is just a
Hidalgo.
class if he doesn't know who he is.
No. Here's the issue. You're putting all your faith in somebody who has never made a movie. Like that's just too big of a risk for a property such
Has
as
Kevin
Star Wars.
Feige ever made a movie?
He's produced a whole heck of a lot of them.
Yeah,
I'm curious where you're going with that.
but
What do you mean?
No, but
No, him.
But
Oh.
Sam Witwer hasn't ever directed a movie either.
No, but he's never produced a movie. He's never had any interactions
I don't know.
with anything
I think
but
being
TV
a producer
miniseries.
and being in the industry is different.
Sure.
Also, we're all three talking out of our ass completely. I just think that I think that I think that this property needs a change, and a drastic one at that. Because I was a Dave Filoni guy for the longest time. We've now just become a fanfic, like he's a glorified fan fiction writer at this point. And I think that Sam Witwer gets the characters. I think he'd be really good. I think he could be the filter that they need and right the ship. I'm getting obviously putting full faith in the dude. Like you said, I see that point. He's never made a movie, and there's something to be said about making movies. But at this point, maybe like a little bit of a co-runner thing. Maybe he makes all the creative decisions, and someone else makes the movie decisions.
I still just think that like that's what
Has
you
Disney
have to think. Like
I think
DC,
you're taking this too seriously.
DC did that. No, you guys aren't taking it seriously enough. Like this is the head of your favorite franchises, and you're just willing to throw it to whoever, right? DC.
But he's not whoever.
Yeah, I don't think he gets it.
I think it's just
After
a
this, look
fundamental-
him up a little bit.
I don't think you
and
just
see.
know who he
No,
is.
I mean I understand. He's a big Star Wars guy. He knows all the stuff, right? But think of the way I think of it, right? You have DC. You have James Gunn. Big superhero guy, has shown everything he can do, has shown everything he knows about movies. He's an incredible pick, right? They still didn't even have enough faith to put him in there alone, right? So why would you put in a guy who's never made a single movie, has no skills at all doing that, and you're going to put him as a head? That
I'm here
doesn't
to-
make sense. But
I'm into taking risks. I'm a gambler.
Can
Let's
I go,
do it.
Can I go back to Anyways, so I'm going to go back to my thought on Tony Gilroy.
I do
Yeah,
have
okay.
one small question. Has Disney given any indication as to who's in charge of Lucasfilm?
There
moving
were some
forward?
rumblings recently, or semi-recently, that Filoni and Favreau were going to split it.
It's
Okay.
also Kathleen Kennedy got extended, I think, because they haven't made a decision yet. So, I mean, not like extended as in like eternity, but she went from like October to like December. I don't know the dates, but I'm gonna go false as well. Okay, and for a completely different reason than you guys, I actually think you need to go somebody who knows movies, who likes Star Wars, but knows movies. Because right now the Star Wars has a significant problem, that is a bunch of Star Wars people are making movies that they're too worried about, like you said, Dave Filoni and his fanfic, right? And things like that. Like, they know these things. They want to put all of these Star Wars characters into these movies. We don't need to do that anymore. Let's
Fan
wipe
service.
the slate.
Let's clarify.
Yeah.
Fan service.
Yeah. Let's wipe the slate clean, and let's get a whole new direction. Make stories completely separate. Still have the Star Wars lore and things like that, but we don't need to hear anything about the Skywalkers for the next 9 movies. Let's make a new 9-movie, 3 trilogies, completely separate on a different side of the galaxy that don't interact with the Skywalker story at all, right? So if you want to go that way, which is the way I think they should do, you don't need somebody who knows Star Wars that well, right? You don't want them. You don't want that mesh, that intertangle.
Yeah, you know
Give
what?
me somebody new.
I think, to back your point up, you're right. They need someone who has no idea about Star Wars. And honestly, I think they need someone who doesn't know how to make a movie. So let's give it to Gareth Edwards.
Oh, you mean the guy who made the best Star Wars movie of all time? You're bringing
right.
up that.
Yeah. Tony Gilroy.
Okay.
Okay. Let me finish. I believe I got cut off. Okay. I'm going to go false. I don't think Tony Gilroy should be the next head of Star Wars. I think that would be a wild move on their part, but I think it would be to the detriment of the brand, because for the most part, you can take Andor seasons 1 and 2 and pretty much slap it on any franchise. The story itself takes place within the Star Wars universe, but I don't think it's inherently, it doesn't have that like Star Wars feel. There's no, are you picking up what I'm putting down? I think it's got like, it's almost an isolated story within a universe. And I think that anyone really could have done that, not to the quality that Tony Gilroy did, but I think he's admitted multiple times that his son has like given him advice on Star Wars stuff because he just doesn't know it.
Yep.
And I think in this instance, I was probably for the better of the product, but to run the whole brand, the whole IP, make those big decisions, I would like to see, kind of like what you were saying, Lance, someone has a little bit of experience, but fresh face, not in Lucasfilm now. I don't think bumping someone up within is probably the move. I would love to see. They should give it to Adam Silver.
Yeah, I actually have a name for you. Okay, you're not gonna like this
Go
at
ahead.
all. Okay, he has directed a Star Wars movie.
You're gonna say Ryan Johnson.
I am gonna say Ryan Johnson, and here's why. Right? The Last Jedi, separate from the movie before and the movie after, right, is a good movie on its own. Okay, it's a good movie on its own.
If you can get rid of all like the weird, stupid physics stuff, it's fine.
And here's the thing, right? He actually expanded the universe by adding some of those things. That's like, you can add things like that.
Space traffic?
Separate from. Ryan Johnson is the kind of guy who would make a movie that knows just enough about Star Wars to have things similar, but would have no interest in combining it with the
I think
Skywalker
you're swinging way too
series.
far the other way, but I don't hate the thought. Anyway, all right, let's go. Last one. Hit it with us. We're
Okay.
almost at 2.
Last one. Okay? Star Wars, Marvel, DC, all of those are no longer top 3 franchises of all time.
I have to be true or false on all 3 of those.
True or false? Yep.
You're
Oh,
asking,
just combined.
like as a group.
As a group.
Okay,
None
so
of them.
Quit saying it like you're doing like a soliloquy. Say it in like one sentence so I
Okay.
can clip it.
True or false? Wait, I'm doing it.
Yeah,
again.
you are.
I'm adding to the tension.
But you're just making it long.
Yeah, you're doing something.
I'm getting us to the minute.
I don't know
we
what it
need,
is, but
dude.
you're doing
Go, come on.
something.
True or false? Star Wars, Marvel, and the DC are no longer top 3 movie properties of all time.
You got to go false. I think just like objectively, I don't understand this question.
Well, I think it's technically true if you're saying they're no longer. I don't think DC was ever top franchise of all time. To be honest with you,
No longer and will no longer.
I'm trying to
be
think like what like
going forward.
And honestly, this kind of goes back to our 20 questions gripe every week. What constitutes a franchise? You know?
yeah.
Like I don't know. I mean, top franchise of all time. Like,
I guess let me rephrase.
Okay.
Okay. Let me start over and rephrase. Going forward, Star Wars, MCU, and Marvel. Wait. Sorry. Going forward,
it's butchering this.
Star Wars, the MCU, and the DCU are not going to be top 3 franchises.
From this point on.
From this
Are
point
you
on.
including after Superman? You're talking
Yeah.
like right now.
Yes, I'm talking right now. Going forward.
And you're asking if they're not going to be a top.
They're not
3
going to be top
Okay,
3.
I think top. They're not going to. I think it's false. Like there's no way they're not. Like I don't know what besides maybe Avatar, and that's just like a monetary thing. I don't think anything is on the horizon to replace it. I don't know what. This is an insane question. It's false all day long.
Yeah, I'm gonna say false just because I can't tell the future. I haven't checked my calendar from next year. But no, I don't think that anything is gonna be bigger than it for at least the next 50 to 60 years.
I'm going to say true. And you're missing some movies, okay?
Oh yeah, Valerian.
Obviously we have Avatar, right? They're going to make buttloads of
People
money
that like movies don't like Avatar. I'm sorry.
I mean, well,
No,
The problem-
you haven't seen Avatar 2. How are you as a movie fan going to tell me those movies suck when you haven't seen the second movie in franchise?
Avatar 1 was so bad, I don't care about the second one.
No.
I
you're
think you should rewatch the first one, and then I think you would actually like the second. You're saying true, but like, keep going. I'm just confused.
So Avatar, right? Going to make buttloads of money, going to put people in seats, guaranteed, right? We're looking at what's almost a guarantee of $1 billion coming up in December.
Okay,
right?
I think you did yourself a disservice with the way you asked the question. Because you gave us 3 enormous IPs.
Yeah.
And then you think that they're going to be replaced by 3 other enormous IPs?
I think they're already replaced.
I think
they're
can only
already.
name
I don't
one.
think they're going to be.
And I
I'm
think
going to. You won't let me talk.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Number
do have a
2.
rebuttal. I have a point. Go
Okay.
ahead.
The second franchise that we're going to see, Jurassic World, right? It's making more. No, you make those faces. It's going to make more than Superman. Jurassic World is going to make more than Superman already, right?
I guess it kind of like what constitutes biggest? Are we talking monetarily? Like what are we quantifying here?
Well, I guess to me this is worldwide, right? I'm not necessarily
Yeah,
saying.
I don't disagree with that.
I'm not necessarily saying like in America. Obviously, people are still gonna love Star Wars, right? But worldwide, okay, you've got Avatar, you've got the Jurassic films, and then in the third one is you have Godzilla, you have the MonsterVerse. You have 3 things that are. If you throw out a movie right now, you throw 6 movies out. Those 3 are all going to make more than than Marvel, Star Wars, or DC. So we look at these properties,
Okay.
Marvel, Star Wars, and DC, as these great, successful properties, and we sit and make fun of the Jurassic films, and we sit there and make fun of the MonsterVerse. Those are the films that people are going to, right? Those are the films that are taking over. Are the Jurassic films, the MonsterVerse films, and the Avatar films. So we as a podcast and we as a people in America think of these franchises as the end all be all, but they're not, right? Like Avatar is going to come out and make $1 billion. Jurassic World, which you guys don't even think is a very good movie, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Chinese fucking love it.
Yeah, they do. Okay, the problem I have with what you're saying though is like the word franchise. These 3 brands and IPs, like
Billions
pioneered
and billions and billions
they pioneered
of dollars.
the term franchise. like Star Wars in the 80s.
Which is
And,
why we changed
there
it
was
to
nothing
going
before
forward.
that.
Which is
though.
why we
like,
changed
I don't
it
know.
to going
That's
forward.
I just see, for you to say that they're going to be replaced, all 3 of them. I think that's a little crazy.
I think
and
they're already
you need to be more
replaced.
specific about the question.
If
I
you're
think,
going
though.
that far, then the next one would be like the Lego movie franchise. If you want to throw in like all the Legos that have
making
ever
money.
been sold.
Mario?
Yeah,
Mario
I was gonna say
movie
Nintendo,
franchise? Like,
maybe.
They're making they're making money.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like we're seeing these mega franchises
Crazy
die.
enough. So Variety tweeted out 17 hours ago, Jurassic World Rebirth leads China box office again as Superman debuts number 4.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
It is.
Why? So why? I got a follow up here, and I'm getting.
Okay.
So we've all set our points. Why did they do? So I don't know a whole lot about dinosaurs, right? They have Jurassic Park and they have Jurassic Park 2 and 3. Why did they not go like with the Cretaceous Park? Why are like other like time periods? You know what I'm saying? Am I just stupid? Am I being dumb about it?
Well, there's 4
It
different.
doesn't roll off the tongue as much
It's
as
Jurassic. People
Well, there's-
just want the Jurassic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
name.
that's just like
the name.
one period in like the dinosaur history.
Yeah, but if you put the Cretaceous period, no one's gonna know it's
What are the
connected
other
to
To be
dinosaur-
fair, there before dinosaurs, like the Earth was run by like big bugs, essentially.
Yeah,
so,
but
like,
then they should have.
God, can you imagine a movie with like
why we
17
start?
foot
The
spiders
question,
and shit?
you're missing the point. My question is, why did we start with Jurassic Park? We missed Triassic, and then we have Cretaceous after that.
because they wanted the T-Rex.
Why did we change Park to World instead of the first part and
Because-
leave Park?
They tried this. It's
because-
called Westworld, and HBO killed the series.
I just want to know where's the Triassic
I just
Park
don't
at?
think it would work.
Jurassic Park
The name-
implies
the
that
name.
there are competitive Jurassic, Triassic, and Cretaceous parks.
It's all about the name, right? You have Jurassic Park. As soon as you switch, if you put Cretaceous Park, no one's gonna know those are connected.
So it's not the dinosaurs, it's the Jurassic.
Yeah, it's just the name.
Okay.
It's the name.
I was being
basis.
slightly facetious about it, but it's an interesting.
All right.
Why'd they choose the Jurassic?
Do we
Why
know?
do you think Michael Crichton chose that? Just because it sounded cool?
Oh, I have no idea. Probably.
Alrighty.
Let's roll into 20 questions.
All right,
20
let's
Qs.
make it quick. We're at
Yeah,
two-
I'm
two-
down to skip if we want to skip.
I would also.
No.
Yeah, I'm down
Let's
to
do
skip.
10. Well, how do we compromise?
I made it
We'll do-
easy.
we'll do
I made
10.
it easy
Should we do
this week.
10 We'll do 10 questions, 2 hints.
Okay. Deal.
All right. Does it take place on Earth?
Yes.
Is it in
yes.
the last?
Oh, yes, I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think so. Yes.
Is it a one-word title?
No.
How did?
Yeah, that was.
That's
weird.
crazy. Okay.
Okay. Does this take place between 2000 and present day?
Yes.
2010 and present day.
Yes.
Okay.
2020 in present day.
No.
So 2010 to 2020.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
2020 and newer. Okay.
That's a better gap.
Yep.
Okay. What are we at?
4.
I feel like we're over 4, but
Is live action or animated?
Live action.
Okay.
You want your first hint?
Yep.
Franchise.
Okay.
Live action franchise released in the last 5 years.
Okay, okay, so I
Is
thought
the
of this the other
lead
day.
character-
No. In this franchise, the movies, are there more than 3?
Yes.
Okay.
6.
I wonder if it's Songbirds and Snakes. Wait, ask your question.
I was gonna say is the lead character a male?
Is the lead?
No. 7.
Well, that ruins mine. So
Yep. Well, I guess so. Who's the lead character in Songbirds
Snow.
and Snakes? Snow.
yeah, without a doubt.
Movie was so bad I couldn't even tell who the lead character was.
You want your other hint?
Yeah.
Superhero.
Okay, last 5 years, superhero movies.
You got 3 left and guess.
Is it an ensemble? Like, is it a group?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Last 5 years. It's got to be 3, right? Guardians 3. Is it a? We have 2 and a question,
2 and a question.
or 2
Two
and
and
a
a
guess? Is it a Marvel?
No.
Superhero, huh? Last 5 years. Shit, that could have been like Black Adam. Could it have been Black Adam? When did Black Adam come out?
What did you say is the lead character a male?
No.
Yeah. It's
Well,
not
then
Black Adam.
it's also an ensemble cast.
Yeah, but the lead though, if it was Black Adam, you'd say.
No.
but
We'll be
also,
looking up.
No,
There's
I'm
not-
looking up Black Adam.
Oh, okay.
but also, there's no Actually, there's no more movies.
Black
Black
Adam was
Adam.
2022.
I know, but
And
Black
you're
Adam
right.
didn't have
You're
3
right.
movies.
You're absolutely right. That was a dumb thing to look at.
Well, I would consider Black Adam part of the DCEU. So there's more than,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I asked that one.
That's
when
what
was
I
when was the last Wonder Woman created? Was that
84? That's probably 3 or 4 years ago.
can I look that up?
1984?
Sure.
That was COVID, wasn't it?
Yep. You have one question and a guess left, by the way.
Well, if it's not Marvel, I think. Is it a DC movie?
Is that your last? That's your last question. Is that what you want to put down?
Wonder Woman 1984 came out in 2020.
Wait, look up when Suicide Squad came out.
2016 for the first one, and then I think wasn't it
Semi recently. Has it been 5 years?
21?
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna ask if it's a DC film.
Cool.
Is it a DC film?
Yes. 10.
Ensemble.
Your guess.
I think it's got to be.
Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah. Ensemble is a group. What is there any other groups? We asked if it was live action.
Well, he would consider the lead character in Suicide Squad has got to be. I mean, essentially, it follows.
Is it
Harley
Deadshot?
Quinn.
Oh no, I think it follows Deadshot.
You think so?
Yeah.
Wait, Deadshot, but he's not in Suicide Squad 2.
Wait, fuck. Birds of Prey. Also, when was that?
Oh yeah.
Shoot, it's 2020. Damn it, it could be either. We're fucked. And he said no to a male. Oh.
I'm gonna go with Birds of Prey.
Go ahead. That's fine.
Is the movie Birds of Prey?
It is Birds
Yeah!
of Prey.
Yeah. Okay. We finally got one. We won 1-1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. It was a long one today. We lost the plot a few times, but thanks for sticking around. Follow us on all the socials, Triple Take Podcast or Triple Take Clips, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all the good stuff.
TikTok.
Bye-bye
That's the big
now.
one.